we'll find out the NBA Rookie of the Year this hour. Cooper Flagg of Dallas, or Con Kneppel of Charlotte, or Philadelphia VJ Edgecombe, who's also a finalist. The league's Executive of the Year will be announced on Tuesday. Minnesota star Anthony Edwards will miss at least a week with his hyperextended knee suffered over the weekend, but no ligament damage for him. Dante DiVincenzo, same game, suffered a torn Achilles. Minnesota up 3-1 is at Denver in the late game tonight, 10:30 Eastern Time. Coming up in an hour, it is Detroit down 2-1, playing at Orlando again. Number 1, Oklahoma City leads 3-0. It plays at Phoenix at 9:30 Eastern. Philadelphia center Joel Embiid probable for Tuesday. He just returned from the appendectomy yesterday. Austin Reeves of the Lakers could reportedly play for L.A. on Wednesday. 2 NHL playoff games tonight. Rays Guardians scoreless bottom of the fourth on FS1. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
That's right. Come on in. Oh, my goodness gracious. And with that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4.
Thank you, LeBron. That's right. No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83, and now
Where?
Live
Where?
on YouTube.
Live.
That's right.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Rob.
Thank you.
I'll write it.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that. Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
And we are indeed the odd couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on this Magic City Monday. And guess what? You'll need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet.
Ben Maller.
At least when people are still awake.
Come on, we got to give him.
Sorry
He's been
about
here,
that,
what,
Ben.
45 years?
Yeah,
We got to give him some respect. Put some respect on my name.
I'm just saying. There you go. You said it just like that guy.
Put some respect on my name.
There you go. Appreciate that. Write it down. Committed to memory, 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there, it's 877-996-6369. And if you hear feedback on the line, guess what? It's your own fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you call in here and have a problem with what we say, tough, because
Turn off this station.
And with all that said, always remember.
Sweet yeah.
Okay, all right. You got a long weekend.
Listen.
Let's go. Big show. Let me welcome in my co-host. He is
Rob Parker.
No, he's
Kelvin Washington. I know you want to do the show alone, but you can't.
I ain't doing
you
the
can't
show
do it alone.
I never had any interest on doing a radio show by myself. Really, I'm not.
What if you did it by yourself and you didn't take calls? Woo!
No, that wouldn't. It wouldn't happen. I would be working at Ralph's.
You'd be working at.
I'll be working at Ralph's.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
You would get fired for stealing chicken.
For eating too much baked chicken.
You would be fired so fast. I swear I ordered the amount of ribs for the day. Well, how are we out of ribs already?
But you know what?
Yes.
I probably would be 500 pounds. You know what I mean?
True. You would. You would.
But anyway.
Yeah, good weekend, man. Everything's good. Glad to be here. Have fun. Shout out to Lucas, my nephew. He won his flag football championship. Shout out to my daughters. Had us running around all crazy
said
this
Flagg,
weekend.
or was that?
Yeah, it was Flagg. Okay. No, it's heavy on the flag. You wow. We're not doing that. We just started. We haven't even gotten to 405, 705 in the East.
What?
And you already. Mary, hit me with a Rob caution.
What?
Hit me with a Rob caution.
I just said
Whatever.
flag football.
No, yeah.
Very nice. That's great.
You slick. You know we got daily listeners who know your antics, right?
What? I'm just.
How was your weekend?
It was all good. Houston,
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
brisket. Only bad thing was the 2-hour late flight from Houston coming back. Got home at 2:30 in the morning.
Spirit cheating on you.
Rob, caution.
There we go. I
Yes, I
needed
know.
that. Spirit cheating on you.
I just was like, this might be my last flight on Spirit, and they do me like this. Just to
yeah.
make sure you remember how we do things.
Yeah, Spirit wanted to break up bad. They didn't want to have you lingering and thinking what could have been. Spirit was just trying to break up bad with you. That's all that is. You
So
know.
we'll see as we go on. All right. Hey, we got a great show. We got a lot of
We're
stuff
gonna
to
talk
get
about
to.
it.
That's right. And don't forget about our YouTube channel. That's right. You could be watching us live right now. I don't know what's happening.
I just told Elijah he's going to get us up.
Okay, because I don't see us on here. But just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube.
There, woo, woo, woo. Look
That
at
was
them
quick.
sexy mugs. Boy, y'all get to see us every day.
Hit us. Hit that subscribe button. That's all you need to do. That's right. Check us out live on YouTube. And you could be watching us right now. Just search Odd Couple FSR and hit the subscribe button. NBA playoffs, all kinds of stuff to get into. First, let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew.
Who we got?
We wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without him. Is Elijah in here?
Yeah, he's
Is he
here.
Oh, I didn't even
He's
see
here.
him over there. What's
he's
up,
back
buddy?
there.
All right.
Now you never heard of him, never seen him. This is crazy.
No, I
Disrespect
did
is
not.
crazy.
When I came in, I don't think he was sitting.
Who?
Elijah, have you been sitting there the whole time? Or
Yeah.
did you just what?
I went in there, made sure I saw him, dapped him up, asked about the wife and kids.
I
You know
don't
what
go
I
in
mean?
there anymore. But
So you just overlook us?
I didn't see. I didn't see.
Went in there.
Is it because we're black?
Yeah. Whoa, hold on. This is.
I wouldn't anybody say anything about black.
Dang,
Who
this
said
is
that?
I mean, Steve is kind of Ernie Johnson, like where we don't fully know, like, you know, if this whole, well, Shay, dang, you just ruined it. You just walked in.
There you go. So, all right, our producer is Shay in for Rob G. Steve DeSager's at the anchor desk. He'll
Hey,
keep
Steve.
us updated throughout the program. Elijah
Who's
is
here?
our social media guru. And on the ones and twos.
Why is she bugging?
All right, I want you to set up your pathetic Pistons
What?
from Game 3, and then I'll take it from there. What happened?
telling you.
They got Game 4
Yeah.
coming up tonight.
When you lucky Detroit.
You know you were hurt.
Nothing to it.
Am I right?
Nothing.
Yeah,
We
all
like
right.
a little drama. You spent 20-some years in Detroit. You know you like a little drama in the D. little drama in the D. Yeah, your boy, I was a little shook, and I ain't gonna lie. No, they're down 2-1 to Orlando. You and I think we were on the air at Game 2. They just smacked them up, went ahead and
Yeah, and
you know,
all
took
those,
care of it in the second
all
half.
the people I know in Detroit, they all hit me up after Game 2, ghosted me on Game 3.
Yeah. They toilet papered your house.
They sure they're
Big
like
toilet paper.
They're like, it just kills me. I like laugh because it's like, oh, you made sure you hit me on.
People, it was
after
the weekend.
Game 2. No, it ain't no
People
weekend.
were busy,
They
Rob.
like, okay.
We were in the streets. We were busy out here in the streets. But yeah, they fall. They got close within 3 points in the last couple of minutes. Orlando able to pull it off, and this is giving them a series that they did not want. You didn't want to, anybody. First round, your top seed, your OKC. In this case, the Pistons. You want to make this get it over as fast as possible. Get guys healthy, guys resting. And this is not the case. Now for them, it's looking at minimum 6, possibly 7-game series for them if they were able to pull it out. So, but they ain't worried. There ain't nothing to it. What you got to say, Rob? Say it with your chest.
I am going to say it with my chest because I've been telling you all year. I wasn't buying into the Pistons. Fraudulent left and right. I told you, I looked at some of the stats. They're shooting from the perimeter. Other than Cade, who's getting there, creating their own shot? I'll wait. And this is the postseason. This isn't regular season.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
What?
Regular season, they won a lot of games for 2 reasons.
What?
They play hard, and everybody doesn't play hard in the regular season. So you can win games if you play hard.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, so many teams were tanking. They were feasting off of those teams. So you really didn't know. You could take 10 or 12 of those wins away from the Pistons because they played these bad teams that didn't want to win. So you the Pistons won 60 games. They're the number 1 seed. And Corey Woods from M Live, I'm calling him out. You know Corey.
Yeah, I know Corey. What he done said?
Corey was intern with me on my TV show back in Detroit, my local show. And he's one of the reporters out there who covers the Lions mostly, but does Pistons work. And I'll never forget reading his IG post about he never saw a team win so many games who got disrespected. That was the Pistons, that they won 60 games and so much national disrespect. Corey, this is for you.
Ooh.
This is why people weren't ready to crown them. You know what I mean? Like we talked about it. I've been saying it all year. I'm not saying the series is over or they can't win, but have they looked like the number 1 seed? No, they have on the East. No, they have not. Do I believe Orlando's going to win tonight in Orlando? I believe the Orlando Magic will win tonight, and this series will have totally turned around because a lot of people have, and they were favorites in Game 3 in Orlando. People thought, all right, they got the kinks out. You know, they rolled over them in the second half because remember, it was a close game in Game 2 in Detroit the first half.
Yep.
They didn't look that great, and in the second half, they blitzed them, and before you know it, it was a blowout. They lose the close game. Other than Cade Cunningham, who are you afraid of on that team?
Well, you, my friend, set me up for where I want to go with this. Everything you said, I absolutely can understand. And it pains me to say that, by the way. Mary, give me some ibuprofen ready. I'm hurt. I have to admit that. Shay, don't look at me like that. I already want to put you in a headlock in my text messages.
Shay knows
sorry, Kelvin.
That the Pistons are the Lions 2.0. Go ahead.
You seen I got this coffee in my hand.
Can you stop?
Don't you burn me.
Hold on. Let me break this down to you. Now, I get the sentiment. I truly do. But here's where a couple of things. The first, to go with your last point versus the Lions, I think the difference is the Pistons are ahead of schedule. And we know this. We talk about it all the time in the NBA. In the NBA, generally, you have to go get your bumps and bruises. Maybe you were close to the playoffs, then you don't make it. Then you get a first or second round. Then maybe you get an Eastern or Western Conference. It's kind of a process to eventually
winning. But none of those teams were number 1 seed. And,
right.
That's the difference. Because if they lose the number 1 seed to the number 8, people are going to be like, okay, then they weren't for real. That's where the fraudulent part comes in.
But here's where I'm going to throw them a little bit of bail. One, I think the Magic are incredibly much better than we all thought because Magic were not healthy. You lost almost 50 games from Franz Wagner. He's back. He's playing pretty good. They're a good team on paper, and now they're showing it. Secondly, that the Pistons drew a mirrored image of a team that's kind of tough, big, strong, and versus some other teams who maybe be more finesse that they can beat up and bully. That's not the case with Orlando. You're not beating them up and bullying them. And also, I think there are a handful of teams, including the Pistons, who feasted on 8 teams in the NBA lost 55 games or more. There was a whole lot of bad teams in tanking, and there's a lot of teams that feasted on them and got some wins that they probably, didn't deserve, or they just beat up on teams that are bad. With that being said, my beef is with Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren got welcomed to the NBA playoffs where they expose what you are and what you are not.
So you calling him a fraud? Is that what you said?
He currently is not an all-star legitimately yet. He's on his way. He was, but the playoffs exposed some things about you. And right now, Jalen Duren usually is a 20-10 kind of guy for you. Big, strong, physical, and he's been able to, as I mentioned, take advantage of that night in and then night out, as you brought up, against teams who ain't playing hard, teams who got young guys, teams who, they're tanking.
Trying to lose.
And he took full advantage of that, rightfully so. You play who's on the schedule. But what's happening now is he's going up against a big, strong dude, Wendell Carter Jr., who ain't playing around with him. Franz Wagner is a big dude. Paolo Banchero, big dude. They got a couple other big guys that come in, they play tough, and Jalen Duren is getting exposed also for his limited offense, which he's gotten incredible. He's improved so much. I want to give him credit, but there's still ways to go. And meaning Cade can't say I'm tired and give it to him, and he just hit a face-up jumper like that. He can't just give it to him in the post. He hit him with a nice jump hook across the middle. So right now he's being exposed for the holes in his game that still have to be filled in. The holes in his game that have to improve, and it's okay. This is part of the process for everybody, including Cade. He got exposed last year, turning the ball over a lot versus the Knicks, getting tired versus the Knicks. So it happens. But that's what's happening right now is that tough, play hard, bunch of guys coming in off the bench, that gets exposed in the postseason. Your weaknesses in the shooting and showing up at times. You ain't tougher than everybody all the times. What's your second move? What's your counter move? We're equally as tough. What you going to do now?
You got to make baskets.
And so that's what the Pistons are being exposed. And I think there's a familiarity. The two coaches are best friends. Their families go on vacations together. I think there's an element of, I know exactly what you're going to do. And so right now, J.B. Bickerstaff, what is your counter? And now they put themselves in a precarious situation, down 2-1 in a series that you thought would go 5, maybe max 6.
A lot of people had the Pistons in 5.
Yeah, and now it's 6 at the best case scenario, or 7 for them.
It can't even be 6 because they'd have to win, 3 in a row?
Yeah. I'm not going to say that's not impossible given.
I do. Just the way the series has started.
Yeah, but I just still think I don't think it's impossible.
I do.
But then they got a lot to do. And Jalen Duren, specifically Elijah, put the camera on me. It's your time. You are all-star. They need you. Man up! What they say in Detroit, boss up. It is that time for him to get serious, to take it, be offended that they are holding you to 8 points and 7 points and all this stuff. That this is not supposed to be who you are, Mr. All-Star, Mr. Second most important person on the team. Cade is tired. Help him out.
And I got a message for Detroiters.
Well, look, you don't want your house TP'd, okay?
All right? I'm just saying, I got a message for you. The Pistons are the Lions 2.0. 2 years ago, they had the number 1 seed in the NFC. They were playing a rookie quarterback at home. All they needed to do was win 2 games to get to the NFC Championship game, right, and have a chance at the Super Bowl. And they lost in the first round of the first playoff game that they played because they had a bye.
Uh-huh.
And there was their whole season, went up in flames after all the hard work. And I believe the Pistons are on the same road. The 60 wins, the celebrating, all of the confetti they wasted in Detroit and all the other stuff that they told you they had arrived and Cade should be the MVP and
I ain't helping you out, nope.
JB Bickerstaff.
I ain't telling you right now.
JB Bickerstaff should be the coach of the year.
Don't call that man Bickerstaff. So the team missed a few shots. Now they Bickerstaff.
All of that, and you're going to wind up in the same exact spot of where the Lions are, where the Lions were after that season.
No, the Lions' window is like this right now. It's about 2 inches open.
All right, we got breaking news. Is Steve
Lord, what is it?
What is this? I don't know.
Breaking news from Fox Sports.
Guys, the NBA has just announced the Rookie of the Year for the past regular season. It is Cooper Flagg of Dallas, who averaged 21 points per game. He was drafted number 1 overall by the Mavericks this past summer. Believe it or not, only 19 years old. Is that possible?
Crazy.
Native of Maine. The other 2 finalists were Con Kneppel of Charlotte, VJ Edgecombe of Philadelphia.
All right, we talked about that. I told you the fix was in. They knew that their story about Flagg doesn't work if he's not Rookie of the Year.
Con Kneppel's play-in tournament.
Am I right?
That's what did it.
Nah.
You got one guy putting up 41 and 50.
One guy
50,
never
45.
played. One guy played in no games that matter.
You want to argue about this too?
Yeah, we'll do that. But I want to talk about the Pistons first. 877-99
You better hope they
Fox.
win 3 straight, because if they do, I'm coming for you.
877-996-6369. Are the Pistons the Lions 2.0? Are they? Are they going down like this after being the number 1 seed in their division conference or not? Or do you still believe in the Pistons? Where are you, 877-99 on Fox?
I believe.
Kelvin's still a believer, but holding by a string.
I believe.
It is The Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
America!
I got to give him M Drive? Let me give him M Drive. Let me break it down for you. So, yeah, that's okay, Shay. All right, check it out. Is this the M Drive right here? Yes. Rob, you on this one too. Come on. Hurry up, put your glasses on. Tell them about M Drive. I'm going to be you. Let me ask you something. Once you hit 40, did your energy just drop? Well, it is not like you're doing anything different. You're still working out. You're still trying to eat right. And exactly, but the weight sticks around a little bit more. We both know about this. And that is the frustrating part because it feels like it shouldn't. So that is not a discipline problem. No, it is biology. And your body changes, and that doesn't mean you have to accept it, though. That is why we're starting to look into M Drive. It is built specifically for men over 40 to support steady energy without spikes. And jump on in.
Steady energy without spikes. Okay, you got
and help your metabolism keep up with the work you're already putting in.
No extremes. No shortcuts.
Just something you can take every day.
If you've been feeling that shift, don't wait.
Go to mdriveformen.com and use code COUPLE for 20% off your first order.
That's mdriveformen.com, code COUPLE.
M-Drive for men who still show up.
Hey, Kelvin?
Yes.
Go get M-Drive. All right, Rob G., the biggest shocker at the NFL draft yesterday was that what the Rams did at number 13.
That's right. If you missed it yesterday during our award-winning broadcast, Jay Glazer and everybody there, the Los Angeles Rams Super Bowl favorites in many sports books decided to say F them picks once again. And despite being in the window to win it all next season, they decided to use their number 13 overall pick on a quarterback named Ty Simpson, who, according to Sean McVay, is only going to compete for the backup job next season. Take a listen.
There was a lot of players that we liked, but when you do look at it, I think the thing you liked about the body of work is, let's make one thing clear. This is Matthew's team, and you get a chance to be able to address, the backup quarterback. We've got Stetson. We've talked about the importance of Jimmy. So to be able to add somebody that you can evaluate a body of work where he was asked to play the position and a lot of things that do translate, a lot of different things, but we're always going to make decisions that we think are best for the short and the long term. But we'll be excited to be able to get to work with him, and that's where we're at.
Sean McVay, please stop it. What a total ridiculous waste of pick by the Los Angeles Rams. You got a 38-year-old quarterback. Aren't you trying to win now? Don't you want to go get a player that could be a difference maker in the first round, Kelvin? Seriously. This reminds me of when Green Bay went astray when they went and they got Jordan Love with an aging Aaron Rodgers instead of getting him a weapon or some sort of player that could help the team now. So you have a guy, and Jordan Love sat there for 3 or 4 years, which didn't help Aaron Rodgers at all, right? Okay, they got their quarterback now, but they wasted the last few years of Aaron Rodgers there. It doesn't make sense to have a guy like this, and I don't care. It might be 4 years from now, whatever. Maybe he's their starting quarterback, maybe. But it doesn't make sense with Matthew Stafford. This is supposed to be the franchise after picks, and it's about now and now, right? Remember that they lived by that.
They was about that.
They were about that life. And my point is, I got it. It's about winning now. Nobody has a 5-year plan. Who has a 5-year plan in the NFL? And nobody. Those general managers are out of work who have a 5-year plan, Kelvin.
They on TV right now?
They on TV. That is just, it doesn't make sense when you're that close. If Stafford didn't have that stinker in Atlanta, they might have won the Super Bowl. Am I right? Because that game would have been in L.A. instead of Seattle. That is how close they were. They had some secondary issues, some special teams issues.
Big
I got
special
it.
teams issues, yeah.
But my point is, I don't see how, because Sean McVay sat up there with Snead and looked like he had his panties in a bunch because he did not look comfortable. He didn't look like he was with it. I don't care what he could say after the fact.
Man, ain't no saying nothing.
Your body language.
A blind man could have seen that.
Your body language says all you need to know. Am I wrong on this?
No, let me tell you you were absolutely right. You saw and what you heard that Rob G just played was him trying his best to be a company man. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? If you look at, if you think about it, indicators are indicating that the numbers and the stats and showing,
What?
You know how bad it is when you say, he's competing for the backup of Stetson. Stetson, he was shocked. He was at home like, oh, you mean I still got a chance to be the backup? Now, here's also what I think happened. I think Les Snead said, low-key, Rob P's, what conversation were we having a couple years ago? I don't know. Is Sean McVay going to come back? Is he burnt out? Will he do TV? Does he need a break? He's still young. He'll come back. And I think there was a moment of Les Snead being like, all right, look, I don't know how much longer I have you, because what if we lose a tough one again? Or the opposite. What if we win a Super Bowl? That's the goal. What if we win a Super Bowl and you, the two most important positions outside of me, if you're Les Snead, you say, my coach and my quarterback, what if y'all leave? What if you retire? And what if he retires? And now I'm stuck sitting there. I got to find a coach, and I don't have a quarterback. So I do think he was playing the long term. And this might be the first time, Rob, we see a little rocky boat within that whole organization because Streamline, they've been lock in step. So, from ownership down to the executives to coach and so on and so forth. And I think this is the first time, publicly at least, we see a little friction. Because what Les Snead also did was something you hate. He brought in somebody that was family related, if you will. I'm close to the family. I'm a family friend.
He consulted on whether he should come out of college and be and try to be a first round.
Isn't it ironic that he goes there? And we all knew he was going to get drafted in the first round. And you and I have people on our show who said Mendoza's going to go first, but I think Simpson's the better quarterback. We've had a couple people on the show over the last 2-3 weeks as we're gearing up for the draft. But I think this is the first time the Rams are really going to have to work through something out of our face, like behind closed doors, because you could tell Sean McVay was not happy. It's going to be Rob. Early August. The city, Atlanta. The place, Magic City. Magic City Monday. It's the boys, the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin, Washington. Miss Mary Mack on the ones and twos. All right, so check it out. If you miss any of today's show, as always, be sure to catch the podcast. Just search the Odd Couple wherever you get your pods. Please follow the podcast, rate it 5 stars, and provide a review, and just search the Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. You'll find today's show, the full version, the best of version as well, right at the end of the show. Shay will get that up for us. All right, the Pistons, are they like the Lions 2.0? I say heck no. He says so. 877-99 on Fox.
All right, let's breeze through some of these calls quickly. Rodney in Kalamazoo, Michigan. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Rodney?
How you guys doing?
Yo.
So you're not just dogging Detroit, you're dogging the whole state of Michigan.
Tell them, man.
These are our pro teams in Detroit.
I'm telling you the truth. I'm just giving it to you honestly. When I told you last year, Rodney, that the Lions wouldn't make the playoffs, you guys called me a hater, but I was right.
Well, in the true spirit of the bad boys, Bill Laimbeer and Rick Mahorn probably don't like hearing this a whole lot either.
That's okay.
You just got to let the series play out too, and I get
There's no way that you thought that they would be in this position. You watch the games; they look like a number 1 seed to you.
It's different in the playoffs.
Oh, okay, you're right.
That's
there
a good point.
Thank you, Rodney.
Thank you, Rodney. Thank you for not backing down. I told you I'll be getting mad. People call in and I think Rob is wrong, and then you go blah blah blah. Then they go, I'm sorry, Rob, you right. Where'd it go, Rodney? Say it with your chest, Rodney.
Scott in North Kakalaki. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Scott?
What's up, my guys? How y'all doing?
What's up?
Where you been? Where you been? Hey.
I mean, my Sixers looking bad right now. Eagles going through a little turmoil.
Yes.
No, I still listen, but my guys ain't doing too good right now.
Scott be wanting to argue me about Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown and all that.
All right, what you got?
First, I want to say definitely a con artist job with Cooper Flagg. That guy shouldn't have won, but that's neither here or there. But the Magic, man, they came into the season not rated as an 8 seed. Once they made that trade for Desmond Bain, they was looking at the top 4 seeds. And Detroit, they just don't got enough horses. I mean, Kate Cunningham, he's nice. Doran, I don't know what happened to him, but I've never been a fan of Tobias Harris, and you're going to lead on that guy, that's good luck. But they just don't have enough.
Yep. All right, appreciate it, Scott. Thank you.
But I get your point. I hear you.
Hey, Drew in New Jersey, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Drew?
Hey, guys. I personally didn't see the Pistons as a team that's a top 3 team in the East. I thought that they overachieved. But if you would have told me they won they were going to win a championship, I would have, been completely shocked.
Wait, okay, I could give you the one if you thought so. But who did you top 3 is crazy. Who did you have ahead of them?
I don't think they're better than Boston. I think if they went against the Sixers, I think the Sixers would have still beaten them. I think.
Wow. And who else? And the Knicks?
I just don't think. I think that you could win a lot of games just like the Hawks won a couple years ago. But I got one more thing that's non-basketball related. It's kind of like shout out to baseball how they do their contracts, and it's something that I kind of dug into more after the Super Bowl. I know Sam Darnold lost money playing in the Super Bowl because of the jock tax. I know that, what's his name on the Dodgers, the one that has like the 10-year contract, Ohtani, how he did the contract is genius, and I don't know why in baseball they can defer the contract and defer it into T-bills so that, because that's how he's avoiding the California tax that way. I think that the NBA should do that same thing with baseball or same thing with football to kind of avoid that tax. And it's mutually beneficial because what the Dodgers do is they defer that tax.
But at some point the bill comes due. So I get it, Drew, and you're right. But at some point that money has to be paid, and that's where things change. Now you kick it down the road, right? You're not paying it now, but at some point it comes due, and it's got to be paid. Thanks for this call. Real quick, we got 1 minute. Can we?
Yeah, want to squeeze one real quick? Hold on, hurry up.
Real quick.
Hurry up.
Michael in Virginia, you got 1 minute. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Michael?
Hey, what's up? I think the Detroit Pistons are the Dallas Cowboys 2.0. The reason why is because the Pistons have won championships in the past. Cowboys have. Detroit Lions haven't won a Super Bowl. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, you're right about that.
You're right.
Yeah. So I compare them more to the Dallas Cowboys 2.0 because, they you can't put lipstick on a pig. Thanks, guys.
Dang, the disrespect is crazy.
Wow.
Boy, this 3 straight games is about to feel great when they win these 3 straight.
All right, let's go. We got
Antonio Daniels on the way. Steve DeSager.
Lipstick.
Save everybody right now, Steve, because I got beef with everybody.
Let's get to the voting results for NBA
and
Rookie of the
oink
Year.
Here and an oink there.
Cooper Flagg of Dallas is the winner. As far as first place votes, it was 56-44 over Charlotte's Con Kneppel. So total voting points 412 to 386, pretty close. Distant third was Philadelphia's VJ Edgecombe. The league says Flagg is the first rookie since Michael Jordan to lead his team in total points, rebounds, assists, and steals. As for the 3 NBA playoff games tonight, we're still a half hour away from Orlando, up 2-1, hosting 1 seed in the East, Detroit. Then at 9:30 Eastern, number 1 Oklahoma City, leading 3-0, plays at Phoenix again. The late game, 10:30 Eastern time, Denver hosts a 6-seed Minnesota as the Wolves lead that first-round series 3-1. Minnesota's Anthony Edwards will miss at least a week with his hyperextended knee suffered over the weekend. Returning this past weekend, Joel Embiid in Philadelphia's center is probable for Tuesday at Boston. He just came back after an appendectomy 2.5 weeks ago and had 26 points yesterday. Philly does trail the series 3-1. Austin Reeves of the Lakers could reportedly play Wednesday. He's missed 9 straight games with a strained oblique. Lakers lead on Houston now 3-1 after last night's loss. Miami Heat president Pat Riley says he's not retiring. He is 81. And there are 71 early entry candidates for the June NBA draft. Draft lottery comes up Sunday, May 10th. Draft's first round, June 23rd. Among the freshmen entering the draft this year, Cameron Boozer of Duke, A.J. Debance of BYU, Darren Peterson, Kansas, and Darius Acuff of Arkansas. 2 NHL playoff games tonight. Later on, it'll be Utah up 2-1, hosting Vegas. Right now, the Penguins lead 1-0 over the Flyers in the first period. Flyers lead 3-1 in that first rounder. There's a Major League Baseball game on FS1 at Cleveland. Guardians 2-1 over the Rays in the bottom of the 6th. Elsewhere, the Pirates are shutting out the Cardinals 2-0 in the 4th. The Red Sox fired their manager over the weekend, Alex Cora. Red Sox are scoreless in the 3rd at Toronto. Red Sox with an 11-17 record. The Blue Jays have placed pitcher Max Scherzer on the injured list. The Angels are 12-17. They're at the White Sox, 11-17. That game's in a rain delay at the start. Yankee lefty pitcher Carlos Rodon due for a rehab start at AA on Thursday. Dodgers have the late game tonight hosting Miami. Max Muncy, Will Smith of LA, each due to return to the lineup. Back to you.
All right, Steve, thank you so much. It is the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin, on a Magic City Monday. Tire Rack Play of the Day on the way. Shekel City as well. And don't forget, we're, of course, about to check in right now with our guy AD, Antonio Daniels, NBA champ, Sirius XM NBA radio, Pelicans TV analyst, Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst, and all that other good stuff, my guys. The hardest working man in the NBA. A. Daniels, 33 on X. What up, AD?
What up, fellas? What's going on?
How you?
I'm awesome.
All right, Rookie of the Year. It came down. We want to get your take real quick.
Well, I'm not surprised. We talked about this before.
Yep.
Cooper Flagg was going to get that. Okay. Let me go ahead and get on my soapbox really quick.
No, get on it. I'm going to get on it with you because I'm with you.
I'm going to tell you what bothered me. It's not that Cooper Flagg won the Rookie of the Year. It's the fact that they gave votes to people who publicly came out and said that they allowed the play-in tournament to impact their vote.
Which is ridiculous because it doesn't even count for anything. It's supposed to be the regular season. Right. The regular season.
There are people that actually had votes that voted, and they allowed the play-in tournament to sway them one way or another. And I think that is completely wrong.
100%.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
No, 100%.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We're going to argue about it at the top of the hour.
We are going to do that. All right, let's go here. I just said that the Pistons are the Lions 2.0 from the standpoint that 2 years ago they were the number one seed. They had everything. Like, people were saying they were disrespecting the Pistons, but I'm not surprised that they're here, and Orlando's better than maybe people thought because they're fully healthy now. How shocked are you that the Pistons are down 2-1 and could be down 3-1 after tonight?
I don't think it's a. I think this is the most ideal matchup for Orlando, regardless of the seeding. The reason I say that is because what the NBA has become since analytics has taken over, it's become a math equation. Orlando is playing against a team that doesn't shoot the three ball well, just like they don't.
Mm-hmm.
So in game one, Orlando was 10 of 32. That's awful. But you know what? Detroit was 10 of 33. If you're playing against the Boston Celtics, who was a 36 from the plus 36 from the three-point line versus Philly, this is what you run into. So you hit 10 threes against the Boston Celtics, and the Boston Celtics hit 22 threes.
Right.
Now it becomes a math equation. Now, mathematically speaking, this is the best possible matchup, regardless of seeding and whatever you want to call it, that the Orlando Magic could have gotten, in my opinion.
Well, stay there for a minute. The big concern I had, we had this first conversation, I said, was Jalen Duren. He's getting exposed, right? Night in, night out, a random Tuesday, he's big, he's strong, he plays hard. That'll work. But in the postseason, teams can plan around you, they can out-scheme you. And right now, he just looks like a guy, not an all-star.
Well, I tell you, Kevin, what you find out a lot in the postseason, it's amazing to me how 82 games in a regular season, 3 games can change the narrative around that player.
Yep.
In a heartbeat. Now, think about the narrative that's around Nikola Jokic right now. If they get eliminated tonight, is he still considered the best player in the world?
Well, I will have smoke with him because,
a lot of people will.
Yeah.
A lot of people will.
You could criticize his postseason, but to say he's not one of the greatest players playing with the numbers that he puts up with regularity,
No. I'm with you, Rob, but there's a difference between saying that because he has been, over the past 2 years, the consensus best player in the
right.
world.
Yep. I get it.
If he gets eliminated first round this year by the Minnesota Timberwolves, is he still considered the best player in the world?
Well, my opinion is, I've said this to Rob, he has, 3 MVPs? 3 MVP. If you look at multiple MVP guys, they all have multiple rings or at least contenders to be in the finals. He doesn't get. I told Rob he don't get to the Western Conference Finals or the finals enough for me.
Yeah, but nobody says LeBron's not a great player. He lost 6 NBA finals.
But he's got there at least.
No, it ain't about getting there. Antonio, you want to be on the front door of the Playboy Mansion or you want to get in? I'm trying to get in.
Well, don't put that man on the
Hey,
spot.
man, I've been married.
See, that's why I said,
don't, years, man. Don't even ask me that.
Look, I told you, AD, I got you. I got 18 in. Don't ask that man.
You know I sound like a divorce guy, right?
Don't it? Yeah. Would you rather be in Magic City?
I'm good. You can have that, Rob. You can have that.
We can go to this game here, Rob. What do you make of the Lakers right now? Up 3-1. Walk in, one of our producers here, Brandon, who's a Laker fan. He's freaking out. Man, we better not lose. I think we're gonna get swept. I'm like, dude, you up 3-1. Like that you wouldn't have been able to ask for the better situation.
Did they want just a home game in LA? What was that?
Yeah, they wanted to come back and win in LA.
That's the hardest game to win. A closeout game on the road when you won the first 3. If there was a game like in picking that I picked the Lakers to lose, that would be the one.
Agreed.
Because that's the hardest one to win. That's the one where it's like, okay, we won the first 2. We just saw a young Houston team completely lose it in the last 30 seconds of game 3. So you figure, you know what, man, we can come in here and close these boys out. There ain't nothing to it. So you come in, you kind of take your foot off the gas. Houston gets 1.
And plus,
so that's not. I'm not gonna lie. That's not very surprising to me. Now, if you're the Lakers, as opposed to simply getting a sweep, now you get the gentleman's sweep.
All right, and where are the Knicks? Have they gotten back on their bike? Last thing,
well, here's the thing: the Knicks. What's troubling to me about the Knicks You ask if they got back on their bike.
Right.
It depends on how they treat Karl Anthony Towns. Are they going to play through Karl Anthony Towns again? Are they going to allow and play through their advantage, which is Karl Anthony Towns, as opposed to simply giving the ball to Jalen Brunson?
Thank you.
And saying, go one-on-one and take us home?
Go do the hero ball. Go ahead.
Yes. If they play, listen, this playoffs are about advantages and disadvantages. The advantage in this particular series for the New York Knicks is with Karl Anthony Towns. There's nothing wrong with that because it's about winning the series, not preserving egos.
And you feed them until they stop it. Right? Am I right?
Or until they double.
Yep.
And when they double, that makes the game stress-free on everybody else.
100%.
What do y'all think this is? The 90s, early 2000s?
No, it's called good basketball.
No, I know, but that's my point. They don't do it anymore.
On the box. I'm not saying you got to play through him on the box. I'm just saying you got to play through him.
Right.
They don't have a physicality matchup for him.
No, I get it. That's what I'm just teasing about where we are in basketball. Last one for me real quick. Wemby's back. What did you think of his performance? He talked about the concussion protocol. He said he'll have more to say at the end of the season. I guess he's not a big fan of it.
It was good, though. He didn't get, scarred I thought his face would be blown up.
I thought he was going to have to wear the Rip Hamilton mask.
Yeah, that would have been kind of cool to see a 7'5" guy with an all-black LeBron mask.
Right.
That would have been kind of cool. But, no, I mean, that's almost kind of – that series is kind of going the way you kind of thought it would go to be honest. It's Portland, they came, they competed, but they don't have enough.
Right.
They don't have enough yet. And they have guys that aren't accustomed to the bright light. For Scoot Henderson to go out there and lay an egg like that was rough. That was rough. And I tell you what, about the San Antonio Spurs, if you look at what's going on in this next game, right, which is Denver and Minnesota, they have a very, very clean line to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Because they won't have to see probably Anthony Edwards. They won't have to see DiVincenzo. They won't have to see Aaron Gordon. So one way or another, the San Antonio Spurs have a pretty clean run to the Western Conference Finals.
That's a good point.
All right.
Well, AD, man, we appreciate it as always, brother.
For sure. Appreciate it, fellas.
No doubt. All right, you can check that out. Check him out, of course. A. Daniels 33 on the way. Your tie right play of the day. And Shekel City. We'll do next. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Malik Neighbors, during the first night of the NFL draft, was doing a live draft cast on Bleacher Report with Micah Parsons. And if you watch the draft cast at all, Malik Neighbors made it very clear who he wanted the Giants to take with one of their first two picks in the top 10. He wanted Caleb Downs, the safety at Ohio State, badly. When they didn't get him with the pick number 5, take a listen to hear how Malik Neighbors responded during the telecast.
Don't get me wrong, I love the player, but just like he said, where do you play? You wanna be on the outside and rush, but we just drafted somebody last year to do that same position.
2022 with the 5th pick, Kayvon Thibodeau, and then last year with the 3rd pick, Abdul Carter. So it's 3 times in the top 5 in the last 4 years they've gone edge.
The reason why I said Caleb Downs, I understand getting outside backer, he wants to rush, okay, cool. But I'm saying, though, when you eliminate something from there, you have to put something in the back end.
I got a headache. How's that? I got a headache.
You know what's crazy is, let's say Rob G, he was just on Bleacher Report just because he was a former player. He has some good insight. Makes sense. Hey, we done this. The team had done this. Why would you not draft it? The problem is that dude's going to be your teammate. And not only that, the philosophy of your team is out there. And if that was their philosophy, the way to go about it, you're knocking it on a big platform. You're knocking the direction of the team. You're not trying to, but unintentionally you're knocking the player. I know you didn't mean to. You're just expressing what you would have done. And that's the trouble when you, by the way, unsolicited. You don't have to do these things. You could just be at home eating some Fritos, watching the draft, or at Buffalo Wild Wings with some homies or something. Like, you don't have to be on these platforms where you are their star hopeful receiver once you get healthy again, and put yourself out there now where, dang, my own teammate don't like. And I'm not saying that he's going to take it that way, but just, again, it's like what we talked about with Micah Parsons. Dak maybe didn't take it that way, but when you ask me about the top 10 quarterbacks, I don't make the 10. Maybe not your 3. I get it. Lamar, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen.
All you say is not
excluding Dak, my guy.
My guy,
and
who
here's
of
the
course
list.
is going to be in the top 10. That's all you have to say, and here's the list.
And you just put you. And I'm a park it here. Life is already hard for all of us, right? Life is hard. We all trying to make sense of this thing. There's already things that are going to come your way: the good, the bad, the ugly of life. You don't have to add to it, right? And just what I mean is, you don't have to go out of your way. And I had to learn this, and you maybe have to as well. Like what we do, people always wonder, what are your opinion? Do this. You don't have to say everything. You don't have to jump on everything. You don't have to take every platform. You don't have to give a quote every day. And I just think sometimes guys are going to have to learn that.
Are you talking to me or Ryan Clark? Who are you talking to?
Oh, man. Apologies be crazy.
Okay.
I mean, it was a point some months ago where it was an apology weekly. I would just like to apologize the more I talk to my people and my mentor. I'm like, goodness gracious, apologizing all the time.
Malik Neighbors, is this on? I got a message for you. Can you stop? Just stop. You don't need to do this. This is not going to help you and your team at all. You're not the general manager. Can you stop? If you go and they pick the players you want and they fail, are you going to get fired because you made a bad pick? I don't even understand why. Go on your Instagram Live if you need airtime or something, or you want people to feel good about you. I don't understand why you would do that and sit there. And I get it. I hate it when players go on and all they do is praise whatever their team does. I hate both of them. But to sit there and then a guy's supposed to feel good about you coming into the locker room going, did you hear what Malik Neighbors said about you in the draft? He didn't want them to draft you. Are you going to feel good, Kelvin? No, you won't feel good. How do you gain anything? Micah Parsons people were ranting and raving about how great this guy is. He might be LT.
Mm-hmm.
And the Dallas Cowboys said, thank you, but no thank you. And a lot of it had to do with that persona. Like, can you stop? Stop with the podcast. Play football. Make some tackles. Get to the quarterback. Can you do that? And Malik Neighbors, you're hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Instead of wasting airtime and all that, go to rehab. Get back.
Wait, that sounded crazy. Acting like he was Tiger. Fox Sports Radio, it's the Odd Couple. Shout out to Antonio Daniels. Thank you for joining us, as he always does. A Daniels 33. We'll get that up on the pod. One of the best to talk hoops with. Lots left in the show. Coming up next hour as well. We got Dexter Henry getting ready to join us next hour. Looking forward to that. We'll also have Olden Polynice last hour, too. So a lot going on. Let's get it to now, Shekel City.
Two and 1. That brings me to 117-86. 31 games over 500 this late in the game.
Might need to start putting some money on it.
I'm pretty happy with that. All right, here we go tonight. Best bet, I'm taking the Magic plus 3.5 to beat the Pistons.
Huh?
I'm taking the Magic plus 3.5 to beat the Pistons outright. Not
that's
cover,
crazy. So
outright.
you think the Magic going to be up 3-1 on the Pistons?
I do.
Man, that's crazy.
I do have that. All right, and then I got the other one's a big big spreads. I got OKC minus 11.5 in Phoenix taking on the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the Nuggets minus 11.5 taking on Minnesota. It's 11.5. Absolutely.
Sheesh.
I
mean, I get it.
After as poorly as they played and everything. It's
Well,
good.
you're out and Chico.
Right. All right. So, again, Nuggets minus 11.5, OKC minus 11.5, and I'm going to take the Magic, a home underdog, plus 3.5, taking on the Pistons. And remember, Kelvin, I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on.
I think you'll be 1-2 today.
All right.
1-2.
How about 3-0?
I think.
And don't cry on my phone. I don't want to talk tonight.
Rob, I see an egg coming.
Don't
An
cry.
egg? Ooh,
I see an egg coming.
Yeah, 3-0.
The interesting one, honestly, I got I get the Pistons. Even though I disagree, but I get it. The Denver is an interesting one because they've been losing even without Anthony Edwards. Like, he'd been playing and he's out for a while and he'd been injured. So, it'd be interesting to see.
Closing them out in Denver. I just think
I get it. No, I get it.
Like they might lose the series, but with both of those guys being out,
dude,
they could win the series.
No, and nobody wants injuries, but that might have saved them in the series.
Right.
They had no answers.
They could win the series.
Yeah, now with those two out for sure. All right, let's get to it. It is your tie rack play of the day.
Ball in the hands of Luka Garza. And to Harper, and his straightaway three is good, and the Celtics have set a new franchise record. Their 23rd three of Game 4.
Sports Hub Celtics Radio there with your Tire Rack Play of the Day. Is brought to you by Tire Rack, and for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. You heard that, Rob. They set a franchise record for threes, and that's the difference. Why, when you ask me, oh, no, if you think the Pistons are going to get the finals, I always tell you, no, it's the Celtics. That's too much firepower. They're going to lay an egg probably 2 to 3 times the rest of their playoff run.
Well, they did it. That's how the Knicks beat them, if you remember.
Yep.
I mean, it's very obvious. They made 75 out of 100 threes.
And that
remember, they blew all those games. They had the lead in the second half in all those games. And
jacking up threes.
Yep.
And you live by and you die by it. And they mostly live, but you definitely can die by it. And I just don't think the Pistons and even the Knicks.
I've said it all
firepower.
year, though. The Pistons with the three-point shooting has just not been there.
It's just, and especially, it's just, as we know in playoffs in any sport, it's just matchups too. Like, meaning if somehow a certain team were to beat the Celtics, but then the Pistons have to face the Knicks, it's a whole different series, right? But you can't. The Celtics, the way they shoot the three ball and live by, like, that's their motive. Like, I'm trying to shoot these threes. It's very, very difficult to beat them. And I mean, Pritchard gets to fire up a bunch. Derek White, he ain't shooting well, but fire up a bunch. Both of the Jays, Jason, Jaylen Brown, they get to shoot a bunch. And then, I mean, they got other guys, Hauser. That's the MO for them. And like you mentioned, they're going to have a couple of games throughout the postseason where they stink up the joint, shoot 10 for 35 or something like that. But for the most part, you got to have crazy firepower to match that, which is why it'd be interesting if they get to the finals and go up against a Thunders-type team where, the two teams that have a bunch of different guys who can do stuff, and that's why that'll end up being a good finals if that were to happen.
Yeah. Once Jaylen Brown held that team together and once they got Jason Tatum back. You remember I said I'm riding with the Celtics because they've done there, been there, and then for that team to shed the veterans that they got rid of, have younger guys, get them acclimated, have them win a lot of games during the regular season, and hold their own, and then you bring back a superstar. How in the world could you not like that team?
Yeah, and we did already, but again, big shout out to Jaylen Brown because to hold that team to where it'd be one thing. All right, it's 6, 7 seed. They got to play and play well. They were right there competing for the number 1 spot against the Pistons the last month or so, and to hold that thing together. And then credit to their Mazzulla and the whole squad, and then obviously you get an all-star and an MVP type guy in Jason Tatum back. They're very, very scary. All right, Pistons game coming up in just a bit.
We are Buzzword.
people. You know what time it is. It's your boys. Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game? That game was incredible. You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball. Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please. I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Just a few minutes away from tip-off, one seed in the East, Detroit, down 2-1 in their first-round NBA playoff series, playing at Orlando. And then later on, in an hour and a half, the start of Oklahoma City at Phoenix, Thunder up 3-0. The late game will have Denver hosting 6-seed Minnesota, which is leading the Nuggets 3-1. Minnesota's Anthony Edwards will miss at least a week with his hyperextended knee. Philadelphia center Joel Embiid probable to play again Tuesday at Boston. Miami Heat president Pat Riley says he's not not retiring. He's 81. The NBA Rookie of the Year is Cooper Flagg of Dallas, 56 votes to 44 over Con Knippel of Charlotte. In the NHL playoffs, end of one at Pittsburgh. Penguins 1-0 over the Flyers. In Major League Baseball on FS1, to the 8th inning at Cleveland, Guardians 2-1 over the Rays. Pirates shutting out the Cardinals in the 6th, 2-0. No hits for the Cards yet. I'm Steve DeSager.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
All right, hour number 2, and you better pull this radio close because we got a lot to get into.
That's right.
I'm riled up about this NBA Rookie of the Year. We're going to do that and much more. Hey, you hit 40, energy drops, weight sticks. Yeah, you're doing the same work. That's not discipline. That's biology. That's right. Doesn't mean that you have to accept it. Go to mdriveformen.com, mdrive for men who show up. Also, check us out on YouTube. You can do it right now. Watch us live here on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. That's right. Just look up and search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Don't forget, coming up in about 28 minutes, Dexter Henry. He's a sports anchor, New York Post Sports.com.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk some Knicks and where they are and what's happened with that team. And because after they lost game 2, remember, people were ready to jump off the boat here.
It's a good series going on, them and the Hawks.
Yeah,
So 2-2 now. Good
so
series.
we got a lot of stuff to get to. But first, do we have the numbers again? Do you have them, Shay? The exact vote total and everything. It was a close vote, but we just kind of had the breaking news that Cooper Flagg from the Dallas Mavericks has won the NBA Rookie of the Year. What you got, Shay?
So Cooper Flagg obviously first with 56 total, 412. Kneppel 44.
You mean first place votes?
56, yes, 44. Yeah, 44 first place votes, and then total 386.
Okay, Kelvin, I'm just. We know. All right, I'm just gonna. Is this on?
It's on.
Because I want to make sure this is on.
Okay, what you got to say, brother?
Cooper Flagg winning the NBA Rookie of the Year is like going to the bank with a $3 bill trying to get change.
Oh boy,
it's Stat Padford in sneakers. That's what it is.
Oh boy,
are you kidding me? Seriously. How many meaningful games did Cooper Flagg play in? I'll wait. Anybody can pile up numbers in the NBA. Somebody's got to score. Knippel played in meaningful games. He helped the team get to the postseason. Come on, man. This is about a narrative. The NBA can't sell Cooper Flagg if he doesn't win the Rookie of the Year. This is when the NBA turns into the WWE NBA.
Nah, they about to have Cooper Flagg fans and a WWE.
I don't care. That's when it is because they know you can't sell that. When Larry Bird went to the Celtics and they were bad and then all of a sudden got good and he was Rookie of the Year, oh yeah. He turned that franchise around. Cooper Flagg didn't do that. They didn't make the playoffs. And then they have the damn nerve to say, Knippel, we're going to penalize you for not playing well in the playoffs, but we'll glorify Flagg for his team not making the playoffs. That Flagg is a better player because he was at home and he didn't have a chance to play in the postseason. It's a regular season award. Cooper Flagg did not deserve it. Is he a really good player? Absolutely. He won Rookie of the Year. We got to stop with the narratives, and I know it. They can't sell Cooper Flagg to people, and they'll say, he wasn't even Rookie of the Year. How in the world are we going to be? What? I get it. They love the whole idea of him. There's a lot of good things that go with Cooper Flagg, and Cooper Flagg being a guy that maybe they could build the league around going forward. I get it. It ain't right. Stop doing it. Give it to people who have earned it on the court and deserve it. A guy who's contributed to a team that made the postseason and in a big way, for him to get 44 first-place votes tells you a lot, right? Cooper Flagg, given all the 50 points and all the other big games he had, he didn't run away with it. You know why? Because Cooper Flagg didn't play in one meaningful game all season long. The Mavericks were out of it. The WWE, NBA, that's where we are on this one. That's what it is.
Stop it. Okay.
Vince McMahon should hand him his Rookie of the Year trophy.
Stop it. First of all, Concanipa was absolutely deserving, which was why it was a close one. But you acting like Cooper Flagg wasn't balling. You acting like Cooper Flagg, and what do we talk about? Sometimes it is that last week in a sport. If it's the Heisman race, it ends up coming to the last week sometimes. Those big games, those Heisman moments. It happens in all time, especially when it's nip and tuck, right? What's the last thing I'm going to remember? And that's exactly where Cooper Flagg planted his flag, I'll have you know, was at the last week or so, he's putting up a 50-piece, he's putting up a 45-piece, and he was balling out that last couple of weeks, and that was the last little thing.
In games that don't matter. In games that don't matter.
And I'm glad you said that.
Games that don't matter.
Because Cooper Flagg went to a franchise with a daggone GM who acting like it don't matter having good players on your team.
No, that ain't
Going
it.
to get Anthony Davis.
He played in meaningless games.
Because he did not have the guys that he thought he was going to have on it, that Nico Harris was selling us he was going to have. I'm going to have Anthony Davis with Cooper. No, you're not. Anthony Davis is always hurt. You should have known that. I'm going to have Kyrie Irving. No, you're not. Unfortunately, Kyrie Irving is often hurt. I'm going to have Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is old and washed, and the biggest thing with conversation about Klay right now is him and Meg Thee Stallion. So that's what Cooper Flagg had to work with. A bunch of nothing really going on in Dallas, and night in, night out, you know what he had? Hey, all we got to do is stop him, and we'll make them win this game easily. And he still played well. He still balled out, put up 20 a game, shot 47%, and had a really solid rookie season. Concanipa was absolutely, I think he shocked all of us. Nobody expected him to be this good. But he has LaMelo Ball, who's one of the best creators in the league. He's got Brandon Miller, who is a walking 20-point a game. He's got Bridges. He's got a bunch of players over there, and they ended up being a fun team, a very NBA 2K team-like team, and he was a wonderful surprise to this season. He absolutely was in the running, and at worst-case scenario, I'll give you a Grant Hill, Jason Kidd, or I'll give you an Elton Brand, Steve Francis, where there was co-MVPs if you want that. But to me, Cooper Flagg had the entire franchise on his shoulder. He had to be the face of it after Luka. He didn't ask for them to trade away guys and do all that.
Give me the records that Cooper Flagg set, because let me give you Kniple's.
I can give you the records.
Let me give you his
Go
record.
ahead. I will answer that question. Go ahead.
He set NBA record for most three-pointers made by a rookie.
Okay.
The most three-pointers in the league where three-pointers are valued. Mm-hmm. He had 273, and it doesn't mean anything, okay? Mm-hmm. The Hornets franchise records for three in a season. Okay. 261 plus, okay? Got that. Also became the fastest player in the history of the NBA to reach 100 three-pointers in just 29 games. Those things don't matter, and they'd rather give it to a guy who was playing rec league ball. Rec league ball, that's what the Dallas Mavericks were playing, because they never played in a meaningful game. Games have to have context. They have to have meaning. They have to matter. That's why Matthew Stafford's nickname is Step Padford, because for most of his career he played in games that don't matter.
So
that's why his name trends.
Let's go to some more. The youngest player to score 50 in a game, 51 points on April 3rd, was Cooper Flagg, 19 years old. You got the entire franchise on a 19-year-old who really is supposed to be in his freshman year, because he actually didn't do what other players do, and that is get held back. So I'm the biggest and the strongest. I'm a 20-year-old senior in high school. He moved up a year. Not anybody doing that. And he had the weight of the franchise. And Concanipa is a great player. I wish he was on the Pistons. He's going to be a really good player in this league, without a doubt. Concanipa ain't carrying no daggone franchise. If Concanipa was by himself in Dallas, he would be 1/3 of what we saw Cooper Flagg would be. He is a really good player, and he is in a good position. He's in a position with a Hornet team that's a video game-like team.
One thing to me, the context.
That's the context.
No, the context of playing in games that don't matter. Does that make a difference to you? I'm asking you.
I'm answering.
You.
No, when a guy has no chance to play in those games because of the roster built.
No, it has nothing to do with
guy
it.
who's no longer there. Where's Nico Harrison? Where's Nico?
That has nothing to do with it.
That does, absolutely. His roster is terrible. It's terrible for him.
Just like Mike Trout. As great as he is, people will go back and go, this guy doesn't play in any meaningful games. He piled up stats, been in 3 playoffs. He won in 1 playoff series. I'm talking about all-time great.
Yes.
It won't be just about his regular season numbers. It'll be, but he never made the playoffs.
You've been covering baseball.
He is not going to be there.
You cover baseball. You know good and well baseball doesn't matter like that.
No, it does.
You don't need to win championships like that.
To be an all-time great?
I'm not.
To be an all-time great.
Baseball
to be an all-time great.
People have already said he's been the best of the last 34 years up until all of a sudden Ohtani has been coming in. What do you mean? We've been hearing that he might be the best ever. We literally heard that for 10 years with Mike Trout.
No,
baseball is the one sport you can get away with that.
I'm talking about ultimately he doesn't play in games that
Mike
matter.
Trout keeps Mike Trout. I don't disagree with that. That's a fact.
We just had an argument on MLB Network, me and Brian Kenny.
Yes.
And they said, who would you pick? Mike Trout in his heyday or Aaron Judge? I'm like, there's not even close. It's got to be Aaron Judge. He plays in games that matter more. He's on a bigger stage and bigger situation.
And you're proving my point.
And that's
he is with the Yankees, and they do what they do. A year in, year out, decade out, I would say. And my point is, Con Knippel shouldn't be penalized. But the fact is, Cooper Flagg was given the keys to a franchise at 19 years old with nobody else. Nico Harrison thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to team him up with Anthony Davis, who's always out, and Kyrie Irving, who's always out, and a bunch of bigs, and guys are injured, and he had to do the best with what he had. And so that's all I'm simply saying is that if the roles were reversed, I don't even want to know what Cooper Flagg would do with LaMelo Ball running the show and throwing oops.
No, he wouldn't be getting as many points because he'd actually have somebody else there. He wouldn't be getting more. He wouldn't be getting more.
Flagg would be going crazy on that team.
He would not.
Cooper Flagg would be going nuts on that team.
No, he would not.
The highlights would have been highlighting like no other before.
It would be spread around, and that's what Knippel's done. He's got to share it with other people and still was able to excel.
Con Knippel is absolutely up there and was deserving. But Cooper Flagg edged him out. I have no problem with that because, again, the entire franchise is on him, on his shoulders.
It's always about the NBA. How can we fix it? How can we make it work for us so that it works out for us? We got to make sure our guy gets in there. Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, look how poorly that Knippel played in the play-in, which doesn't even count for playoff stats.
Well,
it doesn't count for anything.
And y'all,
it's a regular season award. It doesn't even count.
What do I always tell you? This is what I always tell you. Human beings are the ones who vote for these things. And human beings are doing this. They're doing this, Rob.
No, they're
not.
Looking
through their finger. I know I'm not supposed to watch this. And they're watching Con Knippel not even get minutes in the fourth quarter of meaningful games.
But that don't,
and Cooper Flagg.
The other guy's at home. The other guy's at home.
And that's what happens.
Because he wasn't good enough.
The other guy was going crazy. And he is of course averaged 21 and almost 7 and assists for the Mavericks, joining Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, and Luka as the only rookies to average at least 20.6 rebounds and 4 assists in 50 seasons.
And what's the difference? Hold on. Tell me about those other 3 guys you named. I bet you all 3 of them made the playoffs. All 3
Mike
of them.
might not have made it.
All of them made the playoffs.
Mike might not have made it. I have to check. I don't know.
All 3 made the playoffs. The one who did make the playoffs was your rookie of the year.
Are you comparing that Celtics roster
I'm asking
with the Mavericks roster?
Yes. Go look the year before.
The Celtics roster.
The year before they won 14 games.
I didn't ask you about the year before.
They won 14
I said the year that Larry Bird played with.
No, the year they won 14 games before Bird showed up.
And then that roster, they got busy.
877-99 on Fox.
Cooper ain't Larry Bird. Nobody said he was Larry Bird.
Yes, he is. That's what they're trying to make him out to be.
Larry Bird is top 10.
99
Cooper,
on
we don't
Fox.
know what he's going to be.
Who do you got?
Actually, I'm not done. And another thing.
or Flagg as Rookie of the Year. Are you buying this? Or this is hocus pocus? This is a $3 bill by the NBA.
Shay, if Con Knippel was on his team by himself, stop it. He wouldn't even be able to get the ball past half court.
If you touch Cooper Flagg right now, you'd have to wash your hands because it stinks.
I feel like a little kid when his parents are getting divorced and they're just like trying to bring him into the argument.
Get on my side.
Exactly.
You want those new Jordans or not?
Yeah. I'm going to stay out of this one.
You want the steak dinner this weekend or not?
877-99 on Fox. We want to hear from you. Get as many people in. What side are you on? Are you on Knippel's side like me? Or are you a sellout like Kelvin and you want Flagg? You're with the company.
No,
you're company
you want to
man.
ride the coattails.
You're a company
We got a
man.
bunch of people. I got this player, this player, this player, this player. All I got to do is shoot threes.
It is The Odd Couple right here on Fox Sports Radio where we deliver insight, not noise. Right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
America.
WrestleMania was this past weekend, and I'm just going to pull the covers back. When I was a kid, I watched wrestling. It was weird for me as a kid because my favorite wrestler was a black guy named S.D. Jones, Special Delivery Jones.
It's kind of a dope name.
Yeah, S.D. Jones. He was right. And Kelvin, back then, he would be like great the whole match. All that, but he could never pin the guy down. You know, like
they never let the brother win.
They never let the brother win. It used to bother me as a kid. I used to be like, how come he can't win? Like he was dominating the entire match. And then at the end, like he'd have the other guy down and the other guy would flip him. And then the referee would do the quick boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? And he was out. Yeah. S.D. Jones, I know there are older people listening who remember that. But I grew out of it. You know, you realize, like, it's fake, it's phony, it's scripted, and you grow out of it. And I know there's been all kinds of stories on it and whatnot. And ESPN signed this big deal with them, and they're treating it like it's real, like it's a competition. They're doing stories on SportsCenter like it's I'm not against entertainment, and I know the E and ESPN is entertainment. But it should be separate. Do you know what I mean? You can't mix it in with the football. We're going to go from a football story to a WWE story to a baseball. No, that one of these do not go together. And I'm just shocked to see ESPN, and I know McAfee was involved, and I get it. He's one of their personalities. Stephen A. was there so that they could boo Stephen A., you know, and all that. And that goes with the territory. It just tells you a big guy when they're booing you at an event like that. But it was a big ordeal. And I just saw stuff online where social media, people were ripping it, that it wasn't good. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of commercials and then 4 hours, and they only wrestled for an hour and a half out of those 4 hours. So there were a lot of people disgruntled. But my point is this. I can't understand how people are still into, grown men are still into wrestling. I can't. We all went to the zoo. We all went to the circus as kids, right? And at some point, Kelvin, you grow out of it. I just cannot get over how older guys who are sports fans, who watch the NFL, who watch Major League Baseball, who watch the NBA, they live and die for that stuff, but they have this soft spot for wrestling, and they're walking around with the belts, and they're going to a watch party at a sports bar, whatever it may be. I need somebody to explain it to me because I don't understand it. And Kelvin, maybe you can help me.
I'm gonna explain it to you, even though unfortunately I'm more aligned with you.
Okay,
but I'm gonna explain it.
Well, now tell me about your history, though.
I'm with you.
Okay, go ahead.
So I was all in. I was that WWF era of Hulk Hogan, Coco Beware. Don't quote me, by the way, because they'll tell me. No, he was in WWE, WCW. Right. My point is, these were the wrestlers I was watching, okay? Because they're going to come for me, Rob. But the Ultimate Warrior, Jesse the Body Ventura, you know, I was just that era. I could, you know, go on and on. Andre the Giant, like the 84, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to about 91, 92, 93.
Was Chief
that was
J,
your boy, you know,
was Chief
from like
J
5 to
Strongbow
12.
still there or no? He was out. He was gone.
No,
okay.
not for me. So from like 6 to 12-ish was in. Like everybody, even my sister. Shout out to my sister, Debbie. We were in on a Saturday. I can't think it came on at like noon. It was just fun. You're all in. And to your point, I didn't really know it was choreographed. I just knew I loved Hulk Hogan. and I loved The Ultimate Warrior, and I loved, like I said, The $1 Million Man and Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Right.
Like I was in. And then Roddy Piper. I could go on and on.
And then puberty
But
hit,
Rob,
right?
Puberty hit, and I really started to understand, this ain't real. And I felt, now I'm like knee deep in the Barry Sanders and the Pistons and Go Blue, and Michigan Wolverines are taking off in my life. Fab Five. So I kind of like, all right, cool. I get it. It was entertaining. You peek in every now and again to see who the big new hot guy was, wrestling. But it was weird as I got into high school. That's when The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin started taking off. And guys are like, to your point, quoting them and walking around and doing it. I'm like, yo, Shorty over there, she ain't trying to hear all that. Like, or you don't want to go to the mall? And so that's when the separation started for me. Pistons down big, Rob. Well, it's early, but 21-12. Midway through the first quarter. We'll keep you updated. Orlando Magic up 21-12 on the Pistons. It is the odd couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Magic City Monday. Dexter Henry, sports anchor for New York Post Sports. We'll chop it up with him against that Knicks-Hawks series. And by the way, it is time to get your financial portfolio game ready. With Webull, get powerful investing tools and real-time data all in one platform. Get started by downloading the Webull app today or visiting Webull.com. Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC. FINRA investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures. I know everybody wants to get on this. Simply put, Con Knippel or Cooper Flagg for MVP. Who did you have? I had Cooper Flagg edging him out. Rob thinks it's ludicrous that he would win it, but he won it. What do you say? 877-9905.
All right, quickly. Chili Tim, we try to get as many people in there as possible. Chili Tim in Atlanta. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Chili?
Hey, what's up, guys? How's everything?
What's up, Chili? Good, man. How are you?
Good. Back home now, just chilling.
Oh, yeah, you was out there in Hawaii in these streets.
That's right.
Yeah. But a couple quick points. So, first of all, I know you're going to say, Kelvin, you agree with Rob, but I do. Context does matter. I mean, if you, Rob and I, Rob G, and Shay, we're all on the team, one of us has to be the leading scorer. I mean,
right.
Somebody has to score some points. And then second of all, it's like you got it's really close, so you got your number one pick and you got this other guy. Who do you think you're going to want to promote? Your number one pick, because that's the guy you kind of invested in as a league. So when it's close like that,
but why did that happen before, though?
100%.
Why do we have co-rookie of the years before? That was Rob and Chili.
That was a mistake.
No, we had
That was a
multiple.
mistake.
Elton Brand,
No doubt
Steve
about it.
Francis.
No,
we
it
had
was a
Jason
mistake.
Kidd.
That was a mistake. Like, it really was. It shouldn't be that.
I hear you, but I'm saying this happened multiple times.
But what Chili's saying is correct.
What is it?
It goes against because if he was the first overall pick and he's not Rookie of the Year, it's hard. Would you admit that it's harder to sell him?
No, why do you keep saying? I genuinely don't get that. Kobe Bryant wasn't even mentioned, and Kobe Bryant ends up being the top.
Kobe Bryant wasn't the first
player.
He wasn't the first pick.
But I'm saying first picks.
It's not the same.
You know how many first picks have been mid?
This is his guy.
It happens.
This was his guy. Let's go to Cade in Reno. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Cade?
Hey, boys. Hey, Rob, you might need to start charging for your picks, my man.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've sold him. But once you start putting money on it, though.
Cade, I'm killing it, man. Come on, man. I hope you're following it.
My man's on fire. Hey, listen, Rob, I love you, but we got to stop discrediting guys for not having a supporting cast. You know, where would Kelvin Johnson, Barry Sanders? I mean, Barry Bonds had more MVPs than playoff appearances, and we can't discredit these guys for not having a supporting cast with them, you know?
No. This difference about scoring where you don't play meaningful games. You can't tell me Barry Bonds didn't play in meaningful games.
How many meaningful games did Kelvin Johnson play in?
Kelvin Johnson, if you wanted to have an argument with it, but he set a lot of records which put him on a different plateau, and that's why. If Kelvin Johnson didn't set all those records, he wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, like without the record, just really good numbers. And all I'm saying is, go ahead.
To Kelvin's point, where would Con Knippel be if he was on the Dallas Mavericks?
No, where were the Dallas Mavericks with the great year that Flagg had? They still didn't make the playoffs.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
They still didn't make the playoffs.
No. You be making people answer questions.
They still didn't make the playoffs.
Where would Con Knippel be if he were the Mavericks? Could you imagine Shay on the billboard? Come see the Con Knippel Mavericks.
No, that ain't it. It ain't about that.
They'd have 10 wins this year without Cooper Flagg.
No, stop it. Somebody would have scored those points.
Don't call up here making sense like that. Don't call up here making sense like that.
You don't make any sense, Cade. Hang up.
Shout out to Cade.
All right.
All the Cades. You, Cade Cunningham? Anybody else named Cade?
Yeah, you'll lose too, just like Cade Cunningham. Andre in Massachusetts. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for taking the call. Listen, once again, the NBA undermines its own credibility by going with the easy and convenient narrative rather than doing the hard thing and saying, look, bottom line, right, Con Knippel had the better season for the better team. He is the Rookie of the Year. And listen, we go through this every season in the NBA, and people get in their feelings, but you know something? Too bad, no participation trophies. It happens at the All-Star break, right? Who gets the edge when it's close between the two players? The player on the team that's winning.
Yes.
That's playing meaningful games. That's the All-Star. And if you are Trae Young, previously playing for the Atlanta Hawks with a bunch of empty calorie stats, no, you're not an all-star. We're taking Tyler Hero, okay, because it might not be as flashy or sexy, but he's actually playing in meaningful games. So as much as Cooper Flagg means to the league, they frankly gifted the Dallas Mavericks that pick after the Luka Doncic disaster. He did not have a better season than Con Knippel. Charles Lee came into Charlotte. He revamped that culture, and they played meaningful, winning basketball, of which he was a part of, and the Dallas Mavericks were in tank mode from day one.
Thank you.
Nothing y'all just said had anything to do with Cooper Flagg.
Yes, it does. Thanks for the call, Dre.
And I'm so mad at Dre. Dre is usually a much more well-thought-out individual. Come on, Dre.
Hey, John in California, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, John?
Hey, Rob, which one of those would you take if you were a general manager?
That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. That's obvious. One guy was One guy was the first overall pick, and I get that coming off of his college career. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you I wouldn't have taken Cooper Flagg number one. I'm not saying that. But I'm going to.
Not MVP,
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year.
But he didn't play in one meaningful game.
There you go. That's what I like.
Maybe opening night. That's
John. What I like. John stood on business. He ain't coward to you.
All right, John.
Shout out to John.
Hey, Alan, real quick in New Mexico, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Alan?
All right. So, games 1 through 60 weren't meaningful games? Like, they didn't matter? Like, he was still balling out all the way.
No, they don't matter. That
games.
team wasn't making the playoffs. They were bad.
They could have if they could have had a Kyrie and AD.
No, but they didn't have them.
Somebody,
they didn't have them.
They could have made it.
If they had Anthony Davis and Kyrie, guess what? He wouldn't have averaged 21 points. I'm telling you that.
He gets 21 just
he
by being
averaged
him.
21 points without those guys. He would have averaged 14.
That's the most random. He would average 14. We might average 14 and 14. Yeah, that's what. Shout out to this. Y'all are some smart people. I just want y'all to know that. Dexter Henry on the way, sports anchor for New York Post Sports. Right now, Steve DeSager gonna get you updated.
Hello, the Pittsburgh Pirates had used 4 pitchers tonight and were throwing a perfect game in the top of the 7th against the Cardinals until, with 2 outs in the 7th, an infield single. Pirates now lead 2-0, bottom of the 7th against St. Louis. Ranger Suarez for the Red Sox on the mound, throwing a no-hitter into the 6th inning at Toronto. It's 3-0 Red Sox in the lead. 6 strikeouts, 1 walk for Suarez. Dylan Cease, the Blue Jays starter, 5 strikeouts, 5 innings, but again trails 3-0. And it's bottom of the 9th on FS1. Tampa Bay, a 3-2 leader at Cleveland, thanks to 2 runs in the top of the 8th. The late game tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, will have the Dodgers hosting Miami. Max Muncy and Will Smith of L.A. returning to the lineup. To the NBA playoffs at Orlando, the Magic with an 8-0 run to start. Now the lead is just 22-21 over Detroit late in the first quarter. This first-round series has the Magic up 2-1. In an hour, Oklahoma City, best in the league, defending champs, up 3-0, play at Phoenix again. The late contest will have Denver down 3-1, hosting Minnesota. Timberwolves star Anthony Edwards will miss at least a week with his hyperextended knee, no ligament damage. Philadelphia center Joel Embiid is probable to play again Tuesday at Boston. He just returned from the appendectomy yesterday and scored 26 points. Miami Heat president Pat Riley says he's not retiring. He's 81. The NBA Rookie of the Year is Cooper Flagg of Dallas, 56 votes to 44 over Con Kneppel of Charlotte. VJ Edgecombe of Philadelphia finished 3rd. The league's Executive of the Year will be announced on Tuesday. In an hour in the NHL playoffs, Utah up 2-1 will host Vegas. Right now, in the second period at Pittsburgh, Penguins 2-1 over the Flyers. Pens trying to get within 3-2 after tonight, after losing the first 3. And we do have other sports news. Is sprinter Allison Felix, an LA native, wants to qualify to be in the 2028 Olympics, which are in Los Angeles. She'll be 42 then. She has 11 career Olympic medals. Number 1, Aryna Sabalenka won her 4th rounder at the Madrid Open against Naomi Osaka, but number 3 seed Coco Gauff lost in a 3rd set tiebreak. Back to you.
Hey, Steve, thank you. It is the Odd Couple. He is Rob. I'm Kelvin. On A, we do have what you want. On A, Magic City Monday. That's right. And at University of Maryland Global Campus, you can choose from more than 65 graduate online degrees and certificates, including our MBA now with 10 specializations. No application fee through June 1st. Visit umgc.edu. On with us now, Dexter Henry, sports anchor for New York Post Sports. What's up, Dexter?
Dex, what's up?
What's up, guys? How you doing? How's everybody doing?
Well, I would say we're doing better than the Mets.
We sure are.
My bad. I'm sorry, man. Low blow. We're doing better than the Mets. You can get swept. You can't get swept by the Rockies.
Not at home.
Not at home. You can't get swept by the Rockies. Rob and I have talked about the Mets for the last couple of weeks. So what do you do? How they've been struggling. And one of the things I've said that's disappointing to me is that it seems like there's no fight. That baseball's a long season. You're gonna have ups and downs. You know this. There's no fight. Where are they right now?
They scored 9 runs in 16 games. I know it's not that bad, but you know what I mean, Dexter.
Yeah, it was 18 and 12 or something like that. What's going on with the Mets, and how do you fix it?
Look, the thing with the Mets is you hope that this weekend was rock bottom, right, guys? Because, like you guys said, you cannot get swept by the Rockies. But the biggest problem with the Mets, and I was talking with somebody about this earlier today, is that they just can't hit. This might be one of the worst Mets lineups I've seen in my life. You know, you can go back to 92 and 93, talking about the worst team money to buy. But this team right now, they just can't get it done. They can't get a hit at all. Nothing seems to go right. The pitching has been shaky for them. You saw another bad start this weekend from Kodai Senga. This is not good. They just got swept by a team that lost 119 games last season.
Oof.
This is bad. And the Mets have a lot of soul searching to do. And I think the other problem, guys, you know, it's easy to rag on the offense, which has been terrible. But the other thing is this team now, it looks like in hindsight, is poorly constructed. You have a lot of guys playing out of position. There's no everyday first baseman. There's guys switching, playing at first, playing at third, playing in right field. there hasn't been stability for this team. And David Stearns talked about shoring up the defense and run prevention. Well, we haven't seen that with the Mets. They've been sloppy. There have been errors. They're right now, they're a bad baseball team. Do I think they're as bad as their record? No. But right now, they are bad, terrible. And you hope that this weekend was rock bottom, because if it's not, I think the Mets have to shake things up and change something soon. And you know how this goes, guys. That's going to start with the manager, Carlos Mendoza.
We talked about that.
I want to go there because I think he should be fired. I do. And I know people like him, and they, he's with the Yankees, a bench coach, and he's well liked in New York. He really is.
Yeah.
But they're not responding to him. You talk about the players they have. Their resumes speak for themselves, and there's no way that this team with the Bo Bichette and Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor and those guys can't put some hits together, Marcus Semien, and win some games. It's outrageous. But my point is, I really thought that there was a chance that maybe they hired Alex Cora today. The Mets are off today, and maybe they would have made a change after losing a weekend series to the Rockies. Is he still on shaky ground?
Still could be.
Is Mendoza on shaky ground?
I think he is on shaky ground. Look at where they are right now, guys. I mean, they're 10 games below 500. We're coming to the end of the month. I had the same thought today. Today I was around. I was doing some work from home. I was, host the Mets show, and I was like, man, is some news going to come down today? If the Mets are going to make a change, it's going to be there. Now, it looks like they're going to stick with Mendoza, but how long? What's rock bottom for this team right now? This is a team that is 9-19, right? They've played 22 of their 28 games this season against teams that finished last season under 500. And then they haven't beat winning teams this year. They're 0-6 against teams that have winning records in 2025. And the 9-19 start, that's tied for the second worst in baseball right now. And it's the second worst in franchise history through 28 games. Worse yet, it's one of the teams they're tied with the 62 Mets. And we know that team was terrible. So I don't know when rock bottom is going to hit for Carlos Mendoza, but I think it's getting late early. I don't think the Mets can give him too much more of a leash. Now, here's the thing I would love to throw back to you guys, because you're also saying that, hey, you think it's time for the manager to go. Do you think changing the manager will change anything with this Mets team, or is this more of the team being poorly constructed?
Well, I was going to say that the thing I don't like, Dexter, and I told Rob this last week, was that it would be different if this was some random skid right now. They underachieved last year. And so to me, that there's something going on.
They didn't
where
make
this
the
is,
playoffs with Juan Soto.
And the second
Come
highest
on.
payroll in MLB. So it's a carryover. If this was just, hey, we got a weird, fluky start, things happen. You can't carry over from a disappointing season and then start the season. This isn't in June.
Exactly.
The dog days of summer. That's my issue.
All right, let's switch over to the NBA.
Yeah, that's right. On with us now is Dexter Henry, sports anchor, New York Post. Sports on with the Odd Couple on the Magic City Monday. Let's talk about the Knicks. Tied up 2-2, but they've been up and down, and they're supposed to be, Rob and I talk about, this is supposed to be their season to get to the finals. What's going on with the Knicks?
Look, this season was about that, guys. It was about this team getting the finals. When they made that change for Tom Thibodeau, it was, at least get to the finals or bust, maybe championship or bust. But they were looking to be better than what they are. And if you're a Knicks fan, you have to be disappointed with what you've seen from this team in this series, because they played with their food in Game 2. Let's just call it what it is. They played with their food in Game 2. They gave a game away. They had a chance to then steal one back in Game 3 that the Hawks tried to give away, but they weren't able to execute down the stretch just like in Game 2. Now, where you can be encouraged is Game 4. The team played like they were supposed to play. They ran the offense through Karl Towns. He was the hub of the offense. Other guys were helping in. They are tied at 2 in a series where Jalen Brunson has not been good at all whatsoever. He's shooting 48% in the restricted area. He's been turning the ball over a bunch. He had 6 turnovers in Game 4. He's got to be better. Do I think the Knicks still win this series? Yes, because I think they're the more talented team. But they can't play with their food, Rob and Calvin. They have to take care of business on tomorrow night at the Garden and go and close it out in Atlanta in Game 6. They have to do that, because I think that's the thing when you look at the Knicks, and a lot of people have watched them and covered them like I have this season. The team has been very up and down. Sometimes they can look great, like a top 3-4 team in the league, and other times you're like, what's going on with this team? They look really mediocre. So I think this series has been very emblematic of how the team has been this season. But can they get it together? Yes, but they have to play with that same level of desperation that we saw from them in Game 4.
I just can't see. I'm on the record. I don't think they'll win a championship if Brunson is the guy leading you. I think he plays too much hero ball, and when they do that, it just I know he's won some games for him and made some shots or whatever, but ultimately in long range or whatever, I just don't see it. Not that many guards lead teams to championships anyway, but the idea that we saw it that night when they played hero ball. He plays hero ball and it winds up being a zero a lot of times.
Yeah. So do y'all think you can win with Brunson as your best player? It has to be a very specific situation. What I'll say. So to that point, to your point, I think Brunson has to work too hard and does try to play some hero ball and is a little bit too heliocentric. When the offense is like that, it's not good for the Knicks. You saw the Knicks able to win games despite his struggles. They were able to do that. They need other guys, but Brunson really needs another guy that can make it easier, that can go get a bucket. And if they don't win this year, the name that's going to come up is the guy that plays in Milwaukee and wears number 34.
Yeah,
that's the name that's going to come up a lot. And he's a guy who could take pressure off of Brunson. Got to get through this. They got to get through this postseason first. But I think a lot of times, I don't think they're wrong about that. When you look at the offense, it just feels too laborious. Is the word I'll use here. Just feels
look at you, laborious on a Monday. I hear you. On a Monday, week is just getting started. Your brain cells already working well. Hey
man, got to start off fresh.
Yeah,
wasn't that a mouthwash? Laborious.
It worked really well. Yeah, that was a mouthful. I tell you what, but I'm just we got to wrap here. But my point I told Rob is, to me, I just don't like the pairing of him and Cat. I think Brunson can still get it done. I just would pair it up with another guy. Could it be a Giannis? We'll have to wait and see. Hey, Dexter, man, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Dexter.
No problem. Appreciate you guys.
Hey, D. Henry TV, go ahead and give him a follow if you like. All right, he's in. New primetime face going to be on primetime TV. We'll tell you who we're talking about, our thoughts on it. It's the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin on a Magic City Monday, Fox Sports Radio.
For 2026.
Yeah, the big news of the day, news of the week, news of the draft. This is very similar to 5 years ago when Aaron Rodgers to the Broncos basically overran the NFL draft of night one, and the same thing is happening this time. It's in New England because Mike Vrabel and the Diana Rossini saga will never end. We found out in the midnight hours East Coast time that Mike Vrabel will not, N-O-T, be appearing on day 3 of the draft for New England because he has to do some counseling. According to him, it's because he has some personal issues, told his family, told his wife, his kid, told his team, told the staff there at New England that he's got to work on himself. And then a few hours after that, we get photographs from 6 years ago showing Vrabel and Rossini at a New York City bar all hugged up. Looks like they shared a kiss. And in fact, Mike Vrabel's wearing a wedding ring in that photo. It wasn't good at all. And then a few hours after that, 2024 photos come out again. TMZ has them this time. Vrabel and Rossini at a casino in Mississippi after he was fired by the Titans guys. This story is getting worse and worse. And Mike Vrabel, we'll see what his future holds in New England.
Vrabel, I'm going to say this. I said this to you the other day. I'm going to change his name to Mike Babrel because that's what we called him from day one. Mike Babrel. And probably Diana Rossini might have called him that at some point. I'm just saying. But here's my point, Kelvin. The New England Patriots should fire their coach that got them to the Super Bowl last year. And I'm going to tell you why. If he was not honest with them about the extent of the relationship, I deem him as someone you can't trust, someone who you cannot count on, someone who is not worthy to lead other men if this was some long-term relationship. And I'm talking about if he came clean to the Patriots about what's going on, that's a different conversation. But I don't believe that. I don't. And if he lied and said this was a little thing that just happened first time and I made a mistake and I need forgiveness, that's one thing. These damning pictures, Kelvin, dating back 6 years. 6 years. Can you trust him? And you have to wonder, how many trade secrets did he give away when he was with the Titans, when he's with the Patriots, that he's feeding his girlfriend? How much did he give away that we don't know about? There's a trust factor that you have to take into consideration. If he lied to the organization at all, Kelvin, what I always tell you, the cover-up is worse than the actual offense, right? Mm-hmm. If he came clean and told them everything and they still wanted to hold on to him, I understand. If this is all new to them and pictures dropping, they don't even know what's coming next. Because everyone, casinos, everything are scouring their cameras and finding out video. Am I right, Kelvin? And you don't know what else could drop. Right. And that's what I say, not the morality part. Don't make a mistake. I'm not talking about him and his wife and what they do and the legislating morality. I'm talking about trust. Can we trust him? Is he trustworthy? And my answer is no. Mike Babrell has to go.
All right, so let's dissect this. One of the things I find interesting, Rob, is that I think this might have been one of the more louder secrets within the NFL. Meaning, it wasn't to the general public, wasn't to the odd couple. It wasn't out there like that. But as Rob G, we talked about this last week, brought up a few folks had already kind of said things like, remember it was a joke about how anytime there was some secret that would come out about the Titans, they would say, oh, she seems to always know that came straight from Vrabel's mouth. And I'm wondering within the ranks of her peers if this was not already like the worst kept secret. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know what's going on. Hey, I don't know. I don't have a picture, but you know that I know that you know something's going on. So to your point of, I think more things may come out because now somebody's like, well, I ain't want to be the one to put it out there. But since it's out there, let me go ahead and send these off. How many times did somebody maybe have, I'm talking to just a fan of football who was at a casino in Mississippi who was like, yo, am I tripping? Is that Vrabel? Took some pictures, was like, no, I don't want to be the guy to out him like that. But now that it's out there and you're telling me I can get some money, hello, TMZ? Yeah, I was there that weekend, and I got some pictures too.
WrestleMania was this past weekend, and I'm just going to pull the covers back. When I was a kid, I watched wrestling. It was weird for me as a kid because my favorite wrestler was a black guy named S.D. Jones, Special Delivery Jones.
It's kind of a dope name.
Yeah, S.D. Jones. He was
hey.
right. And Kelvin back then.
Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, Magic City Monday got a 30-30 game here. 32-30 now. Pistons up 2 against Orlando. 10 minutes left in the second. We'll continue to keep you updated. Of course, so will Steve DeSager. Thank you to Dexter Henry. Just joined us. D Henry TV. Shay will get that up on the pod in a little bit. Make sure you stream us live wherever you happen to be on the iHeartRadio app. Just catch us and all your favorite Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 on the new improved iHeart app. Just search Fox Sports Radio on the app to stream us all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app. That way, we'll pop right up. You ain't got to search for us. We'll be right there. So go check that out. All right. Shay, there's a new face. We got a chance to see him during the NBA playoffs. They showcased him with NBC Sports, and specifically we'll be talking some football.
Yeah. My least favorite coach in history as a Browns fan, Mike Tomlin. Okay. He's extremely dominant against the Browns. That's why I say that. But no, he reveals why he left the Steelers and had some thoughts on Aaron Rodgers during his, what I'd like to say, emergence into what I'd like to say the broadcast industry. He had some things to say. He had a couple quotes. He obviously is now trying to get into what you guys do. What do you guys think about this?
Well, Rob, this was an inevitability to me. I mean, once he stopped coaching, I know he was showing up for his daughter's gymnastics. I believe she's in college doing her thing. But they were going to pay him too handsomely to come on. You and I talk about all the time, football isn't a baseball season, right? A whole long time, or NBA or NHL. You come on, few months, talk some football, make a bunch of money, and you get to go home. So to me, this was inevitability. And you knew once he was fired, resigned, whatever you want to call it, that this was going to happen because he was going to be coveted and everybody was going to be ready to break the bank. ABC, NBC, ABC, pick a C. They were going to break the bank for this guy. So to me, it was inevitable. And the thing I hope is that same approach he had when he was up in those podiums. He set his mind. He was forthright.
I just don't buy that.
You don't think he's going to bring it?
I don't.
You don't think so?
I don't think he was that glib or anything. I just thought he just had a standoffish attitude towards the media, but I don't think he was that.
Oh, I thought he said some
really?
stuff. Yeah,
I don't. What do you remember? What stood out the most for you?
Greg, I'll tell you.
Good.
He would be very forthright about his team. We did this, we did that. This what if you don't play, you're gonna lose. If man up about this, we didn't play like men. I mean, he was straightforward.
I'll be surprised if he's really, and I'm not saying that you can't do that job. Most people are lukewarm anyway, and they don't really say a lot because it's a fraternity.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy calling.
Okay, and they ain't calling nobody out. Like that's the issue.
Well, why can't I'm asking?
I'm not saying that
can he be a. Nobody will be the person about the name, so bear with me. But can he be a Barkley? And then I just keep it real. I say what's on my mind.
No. I don't see that. There's only one Charles Barkley.
That's why I said nobody's him, but I was using an example of.
Most of those guys don't say anything, and I get it. Like they. Really,
so would you have hired him?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. He has a name. The guy has a pedigree. The Steelers. I'm not. If you're NBC, I get it. But do I think I'm going to get much? I'm just saying, like, from the outside, oh, yeah, this is going to be great. I can't believe that Mike Tomlin's going to be – he's going to tell it like it is. No, I don't believe
disagree.
That. I don't believe that.
I think he's going to go ahead.
He was actually pretty straight up with his quotes during Sunday Night Football or
do we have any audio?
Football in America. It's not the actual audio, but I can say the quote. I just thought it was a good time for me personally, and by that I mean just where I am in life. And I thought it was a good time for the organization. To be quite honest with you, we didn't have a lot of success in playoffs in recent years. I just thought it'd be a great way to stay connected to the game and the awesome people in it, players, coaches, executives. Excited about doing that on Sunday night and traveling to different venues and getting the feel for the environment.
I like what he also went on to say. He said, I thought the veteran players, Cam, Hayward, he named a bunch of them, they deserve better. He said they deserve the freshness of a new coach and what that brings. I thought that was very pointed because most people would just, hey, I just thought it was time, family, blah, blah. For him to say, that I thought it was.
He literally said, we haven't been doing great.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't been making it in playoffs the last couple of years. Like, it's time for me to go.
Okay, but that breaking news? Everybody knew this.
Don't do that,
well.
Rob. Don't
what
do that.
Breaking news
you know what they do. Shucks. Well,
if he would have said to Maria Taylor and said, I actually haven't done a great job, and if I didn't quit or step down, I probably should have been fired. Then I'd be like, oh, okay. Now
he
really
said that in a very roundabout way.
No, but I'm just saying, like I don't expect.
You know they don't be saying for him to even say that, Rob. You know they don't.
I don't expect.
It's just my family. He said we sucked.
I don't expect fireworks from Mike Tomlin. I just don't. I don't. Just like, and I said the same thing about Tom Brady. There's certain thing he was the G shot.
I knew that one.
I wasn't expecting like Tom Brady to be this guy who's going to say.
And Michael Jordan is who we both expect.
And I said that
I expect nothing about Mike.
I said Michael Jordan. What are we getting? We're not getting anything from here.
That's the biggest letdown. They were like, Mike, we're just going to do 1-2 hour interview, and that's it. And we're going to pay you however many millions of dollars. Yeah, that one we all got.
I didn't see any of those. Like there are people.
I have hope for Tomlin.
There would have been Dr. J. They gave him a shot. Mm-hmm. Terrible. Joe Montana, great all-time great quarterback. Terrible. Like everybody can't do it.
One thing I think people get exposed by the way, and Shaq was like this until Turner had to get on his head. A lot of people don't once they're kind of done. They don't watch it. They kind of keep in. So then when you have them on to be the analyst. And they like, oh, yeah, I mean, he plays hard and, the team, and they're not really giving you real analysis because they don't watch it thoroughly. So I think that happens to a lot of guys, and you mentioned it too. They don't want to call other guys out because, hey, you never know, I might be back. So we'll be back.
We are Buzzword.
Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not going to see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm going to go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Homers in the ninth to tie the game at Pittsburgh. It's 2-2, 2-on top of the ninth against the Pirates. Earlier, the Pirates staff was pitching a perfect game until an infield single, 2 outs in the seventh inning. Elsewhere, the Yankees lead 3-0 at Texas top of the fourth. Back-to-back home runs from Ben Rice, his 10th, and Aaron Judge, his 11th. Mariners have won 4 straight. Twins have lost 5 in a row, but the Twins are leading the Mariners 7-0 in the top of the fifth inning against Luis Castillo so no hits for the M's offense yet. Angels at White Sox still in a rain delay at the start. Red Sox lead 4-0 at Toronto, top of the 7th. Ranger Suarez, a one-hitter through 6 with 8 strikeouts. Basketball, Detroit up 41-33 at Orlando mid-second quarter. The NBA Rookie of the Year is Cooper Flagg of Dallas. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Our number 3 here on the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, Fox Sports Radio. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive, shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation where they come to you, which is great.
They will.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Don't forget, you could be watching us right now on YouTube. That's right. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. And hit that subscribe button. You could do more. You could also hit the thumbs up icon. You could comment away and let us know if you agree or disagree with us. We had a big firestorm over the NBA Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Again, just check us out on
Shay
YouTube
gonna get
channel.
that one up.
Watch us live and search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Don't forget, coming up in about 28 minutes, Olin Polynice, former NBA vet, and, of course, Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst.
I think he played for both of these teams.
I think so.
Pistons and Orlando, if I'm not mistaken.
And also, don't forget, last call. So if you weren't able to get into one of these other topics or something you really wanted to get into, you could do that. All right, Shay, you could set this up because there was a guy who had
NFL draft hopes.
Yes, and a big mouth at that, and things did not go his way in the NFL draft.
Yeah, it was a rough 2026 NFL draft day, to say the least, for the former Vanderbilt quarterback, and that's Diego Pavia. All 257 picks in the 7th round. In the 7 rounds of the NFL draft came to a close, and Diego Pavia was on 0 NFL teams, and no one really knew what was going to happen with him. The Ravens did end up inviting him to a minicamp, so there is still hope for the Vanderbilt quarterback. He is... I think I saw this stat, something about one of the first, or for a while, being one of the first quarterbacks or one of the first titleists. What's the
finalists since 2014?
There we go.
Should not get drafted. Yeah,
there we go. But what do you guys think about this?
And I'm gonna say this, Kelvin.
What you gonna say, Rob?
Diego Pavia.
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing personally against him, but I was glad that he didn't get drafted. I'm dead serious. Because his behavior towards the game and the way he responded and acted shouldn't be rewarded. And people need to remember, when you're a star and a stud and a can't miss, Kelvin, you could get away with a lot. But when you're an undersized quarterback and his actions about F the voters when he finished second in the Heisman Trophy winning, Heisman Trophy contest. Think about this. There was no reason to act the way that he did. Right?
Yep.
People remember that stuff. They really do. And I'm going to tell you, how you act does factor in. And I think if you're in the NFL, and I'm not kidding myself, him being undersized does not help. But he was the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy because he played so well at Vanderbilt. So he was in the mix because he did play well. Okay, I'm not taking anything away from him. Did he play well? He played well. But, Kelvin, when you act like a bad boy, people are going to go like, do I really want that noise? To me, for somebody not to even give him draft him through all the rounds of the NFL draft, and you said it, the magic number had not happened since 2014. So if you weren't a finalist in the Heisman, you got drafted. You did get drafted. Hasn't happened since 2014. And I think he hurt himself immensely. People should have to deal with repercussions when they act badly, poorly, disrespectfully. I really believe that. And I think, he can go and act like nothing happened and go to the Ravens, put the uniform on and say, I'm going to work my way, whatever. He didn't have to do that if he just acted right. Not extra, not, being something that he's not or whatever, and being cocky on the field and confident, that's a good thing. His actions off the field what turned a lot of people off to say, why would I bring in an undersized quarterback with all of this stuff going on? It doesn't make sense. So how you act and how you respond matters, Kelvin.
Let me tell you what it's called, Rob. It's called reading the room. You got to read the room. When you come with baggage, I'm not even talking about the physical attributes yet. Let's get there in a second.
But that's there.
Oh,
It's
I'm
out
going to get there.
Right. Go
But
ahead.
when you come with the Heisman backlash, right? F the voters, family for life. Okay, dude. Immediately, not like 10 years later, he's like, this is how I felt in a book or something. All right, we can understand that. You put it on your gram. That shows immaturity for the position where they don't want to tolerate immaturity. The quarterback, the leader of a franchise. When you have a logo back when he was at New Mexico State, and the video showed that it was him, doing that on the logo from an indoor practice facility, doing that. You keep showing immature actions from, again, a position in which they don't want to tolerate that. And also, you talk about, let's get into the physical attributes. You can't be 5'10". They're looking at Doug Flutie's and a Drew Breeses and a Russell Wilson's as anomalies. Those guys are anomalies. Rest of them, they don't want you that short.
Drew Brees didn't get drafted. What was
he?
He was the last pick of the first round?
Yeah, second round.
Or
second
first
round.
pick.
But he was that guy.
Yep.
And so, again, you can't be 5'10", and also you can't be 24, which for me, we know with quarterbacks, by about year 2, 3, you're out of there, right? And so you're 24, 5'10", with a bunch of baggage. That's not what you need. And that's where, to me, it comes with self-awareness and reading the room. Rob, someone's supposed to be in his ear. Hey, bro, you're not him. You're not Arch Manning.
What do you think, right?
You're not Andrew Luck, Cam Newton, these guys that they're going to be like, hey, you number 1 pick or top 5, top 10 at max.
I don't care what you say.
I don't care what you say. We will find an excuse for, hey, we were all once young and dumb. We all made mistakes. And listen, young folk, listen to me. It's not right. I admit it, but it's life. When you're uber talented, your leash is a little bit longer. You get a little bit more slack. People are willing to put up with more. When you come with baggage, you're 5'10", you're 24, and they don't view you as that great, that leash is this short. So to me,
how short?
The leash, about
right.
short, about an inch. Yeah, I didn't like what you was trying to. All right,
no.
Sure. All right, let's say.
No. I'm just.
Careful, Rob.
Careful. Hold on, Rob.
Come on.
Now you dang it, I got some kids.
Alex isn't here. He can't save you.
Come on now. But yeah, I just think that's just, and again, you wish and hope that young guys like him have somebody in their life that can tell him, hey, slow down. Hey, you being a leader, you can't get caught, doing things on the logo of another team on video. You can't do that. He refused to hire an agent, by the way. He wanted to represent himself. Did I mention that, Rob? He refused to hire a sports agent, wanted to represent himself during his draft process.
So I'm pretty sure he had an agent for the NFL. It was an NIL agent he didn't have.
Well, dang it, get you an IL, an NFL, pick an L agent.
Yeah.
So my whole point, and I'll end it there, is just, again, when you know you're coming with limitations, when you know that they're already, like, one of the things the NBA is going to look at, if you're a shooting guard and you can't shoot, you get what I'm saying? Well, you know what they're going to be looking at. So if you know a quarterback and you know they love height, then you got to be, everything else has to be on par, Rob. your presentation, how you act, your attitude, maturity, right? You got to make them go, I know he's short, but dang, he's got all these other things.
But that's why I'm with the whole situation, the way it played out. I was okay with it. You know what I mean? Because
Learn a lesson.
Because it's a lesson to be learned. And other people out there, you should pay attention because it is about that. We brought up his name up, and it's a little different. But I think Trevor Bauer just pitched like a no-hitter or a perfect game.
7 innings. It was 7 innings.
Okay, but he did. What was it? Was it a perfect game or no?
I think it was a no-hitter.
Okay, right? Still can't get a job in Major League Baseball. Not because he ain't talented or he can't. Teams are dying.
Put up with him.
Teams are dying for pitching. It's the other stuff.
It's the baggage.
Right.
Trust me, you know I've been in a million press conferences with him.
And
very prickly.
And that's my point, is that people won't. And he's talented. He can pitch, right?
Yeah.
And they still don't want to do it, and that's the point. And in this case, Pavia, I don't know what he was thinking. He really – I'm not saying that automatically going to be a third-round pick if he didn't say anything or kept his mouth shut. But I think he would have been drafted by somebody.
I think your disposition makes. How many times I tell you this? There are guys on pick the league team, NHL, MLB, baseball, or football, NFL, NBA. There are guys on the team that you might go, hey, he's still on the team because they're good guys. They work hard, they show up, they keep their mouths shut, and they got a good effort. And the coaches, I like having that guy around. And there are certain people, and again, if you're Pavia, there's a team that might have went, man, I know he's little, but I like that. He's got a little moxie to him. He's got a little spunk. He's trying. You know, he's got to have an edge because he's that short. They might have wanted to give that to him. But when it comes with the extra stuff, so they're going to say, well, if it doesn't go his way, this is going to be a reaction. If he comes to our mini camp and we go, look, we just like the other guy better, blank them Ravens.
Exactly.
Like, is that what's going to be the thing? And you don't want to leave that out there for teams that think that's you, especially when you're not 6'5", 240 Cam Newton, where it's like, I don't give a dang. What did he do? How many laptops did he steal? I don't give a dang. He ain't steal mine. Come on, Cam. So, yeah, that I think it was a lesson learned, hopefully, for him, period, moving forward in life. And to your point, this can be a loud, screaming message for guys who are competing and trying to find their footing.
100%. And this is I think there was a message learned by this. I really do. Like it was I think he got into a rude awakening from teams that just say we're not doing it. And I think you said it best. You got to be able to read the room and understand what's going on here. You can't overreact to everything or react to stuff every time something doesn't go your way. That's just bad. And people would rather not. That's all. It's like, you can do whatever you want. We'd rather not.
Yeah.
That's what happens. 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Diego Pavia. Were you shocked that he didn't get drafted? Was it his off-the-field stuff? Was it just that he was too short?
Yeah, maybe
Which
he
one?
Wasn't that
maybe
good
maybe he wasn't that good, and it had nothing to do. How did you read it? Because I read it as it was also the other stuff, the off the field, because every other Heisman Trophy finalist since 2014 got drafted, and everybody's not 6'4" quarterback.
Right.
877-99 on Fox. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. I want to hear from you right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Unless you can't face the consequences of your own action in the U.S. of A.
Message Mondays, huh? All right, Rob, let's talk about it. About M-Drive. Of course, let me ask you something, Rob. Once you hit 40, did your energy, did it just drop?
Am I reading that or you reading that?
Well, you
reading that.
I'll
Go
tell them
ahead.
about it. It's
I'll
not
take
like
the
you're
next
doing
one.
anything different, right? You're still working out. You're still trying to eat right. You're still trying to do better. You're on the Rob Parker regiment.
Exactly. But the weight sticks around a little bit more, too.
And that is the frustrating part. I know all about that because it feels like it shouldn't be, but that's the case.
Right. But that's not a discipline problem.
Nope. It's biology.
Your body changes.
And that doesn't mean you have to accept it, though.
That's why we started looking into M-Drive.
It's built specifically for men like us over 40.
To support steady energy without spikes.
And it helps metabolism keep up with the work that you're already putting in.
No extremes, no shortcuts.
Just something you can take every day.
And if you've been feeling that shift, don't wait.
Go to mdriveformen.com. Use code COUPLE for 20% off your first order.
That's mdriveformen.com, code COUPLE.
mdriveformen.com. for men who still show up.
Hey, Kelvin.
What's that?
Go get him drived.
Yes, sir. LeBron James making his, 23rd playoff appearance coming up on Saturday night against Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets. Shorthanded Lakers against Houston. Nobody's expecting the Lakers to win that series. And as a result, The Athletic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that?
The Athletic did a long-form piece on Friday that discussed, what's next for LeBron if and when the season ends in the next couple of weeks here. And in it, Dan Wojcicki and Sam Amick, both very reputable reporters, said that people close to LeBron and LeBron himself still maintain even now that they're not sure if he's going to retire this season. And on top of that, if he does decide to come back next season, you still won't know whether or not it's going to be his last year because he has no interest in a farewell tour.
I just can't believe that. That would be so unlike. It would be changing everything that this guy has done. From the press conference, I'm taking my talents to South Beach, to the chosen one on his back. Just everything is out loud. Everything. He has a patch on his. He's the only one with a patch, right, on his uniform about his 22nd season in the big. So now all of a sudden he's going to go out with a whimper, and it's not going to be a big deal, and he's not going to want a coronation or acknowledgement of what he was able to do and try to solidify in some people's mind, the young people who never saw Michael Jordan, that he's the greatest. Like, I just don't believe that he's going to go out in that fashion. It's hard for me to buy into that. It just is. Because if that was the case, there would be no patch on his uniform right now. There just wouldn't be.
Well, I don't know. We talk about the patch. I still don't. Adam Silver just wanted to honor him and give it to him. I don't quite know what that was. I agree with you.
He could have said, no, what is this? If it's for everybody, who's ever seen a patch for one player? I've never seen that.
I'm agreeing with you. I don't recall. Maybe there's something I'm missing. There's some history maybe. But here's where I totally get your sentiment. It makes sense. LeBron, listen, don't nobody love LeBron like LeBron love LeBron. I'm totally with you on that. The only difference I'll have if I have to – something changed over the last year or so, and we've talked about it, where it seems like clearly not everyone's a fan of, right? Not everybody loves him. That's just life in general. Not everybody's going to love you. But it does seem like the narrative kind of changed, right? Like as if the league or parts of it, especially before the Lakers really went on their run, were over him, right? It felt like maybe there was something, too, where they were like kind of over him and tired of the shenanigans, tired of the, like you mentioned, the patch, tired of these things. And I think there could be a part of him, Rob, where because it's not going to be 100% of everybody being like, oh my gosh, LeBron, farewell, we're going to miss you. And I think he knows that. And I think there might be a smattering of boos or go away, it's been 23, and next year would be 23, 24 years. I think he actually would not do it because it would not be 100% in support of him. You get what I'm saying? Like when Jordan retired, the entire league, everywhere you go, they honored him. It was a big deal. Even Kareem, you had other teams giving him gifts. I think just the way it is now, LeBron maybe stayed as welcome, past as welcome for some players, some fans, some teams, some organizations. I just don't think it would be all cheers at everywhere. And I think LeBron wouldn't want those optics of it not being 100% flattery everywhere I go. So I think there's a chance he'd rather just say, forget it.
See, I can't see that. I hear your point, and that's obvious. But everybody shouldn't love him. It doesn't work like that. There were teams that he beat. There are other situations and circumstances. He left Miami. He left Cleveland, went back like that. Like, I get that. The 25 straight points against Detroit. But that's about being a great player, and that everybody's not going to love you at all times. But you did your thing. And even I'm just saying from this standpoint that he believes and has said that he's the GOAT and has all these fans. it would be a slap in the face to his fans to bow out like that because you don't want to hear a handful of people booing you or not being all in. What about the cheers? You can't tell me that they're not. There are a lot of people who just grew up with LeBron who are on the LeBron. They're LeBron minions. So you're going to discount them because 30% of the audience isn't down with your farewell?
Can I give you an example?
Because you're never going to get a 100%.
But Michael Jordan did, right? And Larry Bird, guys who kind of we knew it was their end, did. And I think it was a different era where, this being a New Yorker, we can scream, hate, shoot, but man, daggone it, we gonna show love and respect. And Madison Square Garden is one of the greatest places at that. They will boo you the whole night if you're a Knicks fan. And if you just had one of those nights where LeBron dropped 60, Kobe dropped 60, Steph Curry, I think, hit for 60 before. Like all these guys at Jordan, double nickel his first year back. That same Knicks fan base will actually applaud you. Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday.
I got the hiccups again.
You got the hiccup? Oh, boy. Here we go. I'm glad I'm starting it because you'd have been like, it is the couple. Olden Polynice coming up in a few minutes. Get to chop it up with him. Some NBA headlines. Looking forward to that. The mic's right there. We can hear you. Turn it up. There you go.
Sorry about that.
You back? All right. At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can choose from more than 65 graduate online degrees and certificates, including our MBA. Now with 10 specializations, no application fee through June 1st. Visit umgc.edu. All right, so Diego Pavia didn't get drafted after being a finalist for the Heisman. First time it's happened in 12 years. You and I both agree. You say you're happy for him. I just say we both agree that it's an example of, look, when you already have limitations, the last thing you can do is add extra, baggage around your name.
I'm just happy that there are ramifications and you know what I mean, if you don't act right, that you're not just, no matter what people do, Kelvin, you're just passing them through. Like sometimes you got to get a wake-up call. I thought that was a wake-up call, not just for him, but for some other players that might be fringe, you know what I mean? I'm not talking about the top players who don't overlook anything. Exactly.
So
like they'll overlook anything they do. But we're talking about like guys who are on the fringe. 877-99 on Fox. How about Kevin in Culver City? Let's start there. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Kevin?
Guys, good.
All the time.
I'm going to tell you something. The Michael movie just came out. And they got that meme where he's eating the popcorn. I got a meme of myself eating the popcorn, getting ready for what you guys say about Fudd and Paige Buckers. It's none of your business. Y'all made it our business when y'all went public on Instagram. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But I'll wait for
we were gonna hit that. Yeah,
we're gonna do a bigger topic. We're gonna do a bigger topic tomorrow.
We had that, but the Rookie of the Year came out, and so we'll get to that for sure. And thank you for knowing, Kevin. That's we'll get to it.
And we were there on that. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. So 877-99 on Fox, if you still want to jump in. And I
think it's a lesson. Again, I'll reiterate the same point that everybody isn't like and LeBron, not that he had baggage issues, but like just a shoe-in, right? We're here comes LeBron no matter what. And nobody's like I use a Cam Newton or Peyton Manning. The rest of us, man, we gotta have a good name, you gotta have a good hard work ethic, reputation for working hard, and you can't come in with a lot of baggage, a lot of drama and limitations.
And no one's saying that you have to conform and be domiciled and not say anything, but use discretion. Like saying to that, doing what he did after the Heisman. Say to yourself, what do I get for that? What do you get?
You were the finalist.
What do you get by doing that? You get nothing.
You were the finalist.
Well, they ignored you.
They ignored you.
Right.
Didn't even mention you. Like, that's the thing. You were the finalist. Peyton Manning didn't even win the MVP. Peyton Manning didn't win it. You know what I mean? We can go down the list of guys who never won an MVP. Heisman, and had to, man up and move on.
All right.
Who we got?
Chad in Illinois. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Chad? How are you?
The whole thing with Diego, man, he's kind of a punk, and he gets what he deserves. It just, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but, man, you can't act that way.
You know what, Chad? I'm with you. I think that his behavior turned people off. There's no gain to that being that way, Chad, if you're trying to get somebody to be attracted to you, right? And try to give you an opportunity. They go, oh, that guy? Oh, no, we don't want him in here.
Too much drama, too much trouble, and the lemon ain't worth the squeeze.
And plus, we don't have a high chair for him. I'm just saying. Oh,
Rob G's off today. Rob G off. Shay's pretty. Shay got some height on him.
I always want to say that. I'm telling you, one of my all-time pranks, I wanted to bring in a high chair and put it at Rob G's table.
Well, what do you mean? You act like you left. Do it.
I feel bad for Rob G, too. I also feel bad for Elijah because usually he's supposed to be sitting here, and I could tell the first time he put the camera on me, Elijah had to move it like so far up, and I was like, ooh, damn. But the best thing is you guys are always on this side. You never see him dangling his feet during the show.
I'm surprised they don't go numb because he's not.
Just no touching the floor.
Not even close. He can't even touch like the
people are gonna meet us at this. Where's our next Super Bowl?
Rob G. Y'all better stop.
First of all, don't do that because all y'all do is argue.
It don't matter. I can do that. That's bro. Y'all can't talk crap.
And you better not drop dime on us.
Oh
yeah.
She already texting him right now. I see her thumbs.
I'm
Twitter
not gonna lie. I
fingers.
will. Hey, that's my short brother.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna drop dime?
The best part about it is
unite.
when people meet Rob G, they're gonna expect him to be like 4'8". The way we keep making him out to be.
The last Super Bowl, I can remember that somebody met him and tried to pick him up.
They put him on a hit. I told you that's what the girls in high school used to do to me.
I can't believe you were 4'11".
4'11" in my first year in high school.
That's so
all the
cute.
senior girls I used to walk up on them. They'd be at their locker. They'd be like,
hey, little boy.
They'd be like, somebody pulling my leg down. They look down. What's up, girl?
We love a short king.
What's your name? They're like, oh, come here, little cutie. When you get older and you grow and you go through puberty, give me a call. Okay, girl, put me back down.
I don't think I was ever 4'11".
Yeah, you just came out the womb 5'6".
My mom was like, Lord have mercy.
Mama.
4'11".
Yeah, all right.
In high school.
All right, hey.
4'11".
I share my truth. Don't make me feel bad about my truth.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Rob, you came out with an AARP membership.
Oh, wow.
Are you saying he's Morgan Freeman?
I didn't have gray hair when I was 9.
In the beginning.
No, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all people born in 1970s and below, y'all looked old as heck.
The best thing is to go back and look at Sanford and Son and go look at like
Grady.
Red Fox and all those guys and see what their ages were when they were doing
42.
this. They were 42 years old.
A
You're
hard
like
42.
And
Yes.
they look 68.
Very
minimum.
hard 42.
All right, Jay
One more
in
call,
Phoenix. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jay?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we got you.
Hey, so yeah, like you guys have been talking about earlier, man. This kid in Vanderbilt, you can't have a bad attitude and have physical limitations. NFL teams want their starting quarterback to be an adult.
Yep.
You have to be the most mature dude in the room. We saw it with Johnny Manziel.
Yep.
We've seen like a little bit with Baker when they're early in his career. You can't be a dum-dum and be the quarterback. If he was a running back, if he was a corner, if he was a linebacker, no one would care about his attitude. But he's a quarterback, and the rules are different.
It's true.
Right. He has to lead the team.
It's true. Thank you. Appreciate it. They would absolutely be like, man, he's just tough. He's just, if he was a linebacker, he's nasty. That's what we want. No, he ain't trying to make friends. It will be a whole different thing, but not the quarterback, leader of a franchise, face of a franchise. I appreciate all the calls, everybody coming up. We'll have Olden Polynice on the other side of trending right now. He is Steve DeSager.
Red Sox starting pitcher Ranger Suarez with a one-hitter through 8, 10 strikeouts at Toronto. It's top of the ninth, 5-0 Boston in the lead. The Blue Jays starting pitcher Dylan Cease had 5 strikeouts in his 5 2/3 innings, but allowed 4 runs. Angels and White Sox still in a long rain delay at the start. At Minnesota, Seattle starting pitcher Luis Castillo was down 7-0 in the 4th. It's now Twins 7-2 over Seattle in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Yankees have hit 3 home homers and lead 4-0 going to the 6th inning at Texas. Back-to-back homers in the third from Ben Rice, his 10th. Aaron Judge, his 11th of the year. About to start, Cubs at San Diego. And in a half an hour, the Dodgers host Miami. Max Muncy and Will Smith of L.A. due to return to the lineup tonight. Tampa Bay won its 5th straight game, 3-2 at Cleveland with 2 runs in the 8th. St. Louis has scored 4 in the 9th to win 4-2 at Pittsburgh. And the Pirates pitching staff was throwing a perfect game until 2 outs in the 7th when they allowed an infield single. Halftime in the NBA playoff game at Orlando, first of the 3 on the schedule tonight. In Orlando, the Magic have 54-52 on Detroit at the break, even though the Magic from three-point range are 6 for 22. Franz Wagner, 17 points in the first half. For the Pistons, Cade Cunningham, 16 points and 6 turnovers. Magic leading the first-round series 2-1. Coming up in just a few minutes, number 1 Oklahoma City up 3-0, tries to bury Phoenix in Arizona. And Minnesota has a 3-1 lead. It has the late game at Denver after 10:30 Eastern. Minnesota star Anthony Edwards will miss at least a week with his hyperextended knee. The NBA Rookie of the Year is Cooper Flagg of Dallas, 56 votes to 44 over Con Kneppel of Charlotte. The league's Executive of the Year will be announced on Tuesday, and there are 70 early entry candidates for the June draft. The draft lottery is Sunday, May the 10th. The draft itself, the first round, June the 23rd. In the NHL playoffs, about to start, Utah up 2-1 hosts Vegas, and the Penguins are staying alive again. 8 minutes to go. Pittsburgh up 3-2 on the Flyers. A Pittsburgh win would make it Flyers 3-2 in that first rounder. Back to you.
Hey, Steve, thanks. Have a great night. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday. On the way, last call. Plus, we'll talk about the Red Sox and some things that their moves that they've made. But right now, I'm going to tell you about Tire Rack for over 40 years. Tire Rack has, of course, been giving you Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Joining us now, our friend of the show, Olden Polynice, former NBA vet, Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst, Olden Polynice 1 on X. What up, Olden?
What up, guys?
How are you?
I'm wonderful, as always.
I want to start here with the Detroit Pistons. Well, of course, the number 1 seed, and everybody was ready to crown them. And I'm not saying the series is over, but they haven't looked like the number 1 seed. They've struggled. Is it a matchup thing, or are the Pistons Cade Cunningham and a bunch of football players? Which one is it?
It's definitely a matchup thing. I mean, they were consistent throughout the year. You know, the injury helped them a little bit because the guys came into their own. But again, when you get the wrong matchups, it's a problem. You know, and that's what the NBA basketball season is all about. That's why I say a lot of times these records are so inflated and lopsided because, you know, you're coming off back-to-backs, you know, all kinds of stuff going on. You know, you party, you know, as you all mentioned, Magic City, you party in Atlanta or you party in Miami, you're not going to be right. But the playoffs, everybody's locked in. And so to me, the matchups are the keys. And you both know, Orlando underachieved throughout the year.
Right. They were better expectations. There's no doubt.
Yeah, they were a lot better expectations. Also with the Franz Wagner injury.
Yeah.
So, this is not the same Orlando team from the regular season.
Yeah, well, let me. I just want one follow-up, Kelvin, and then.
Go ahead.
So we're looking at the stats, and the Pistons aren't a good three-point shooting team. Neither are the Magic.
No.
But the Magic are 6 for 22 from 3 in the first half. And they still have a lead at halftime. That is a 6 for 22, and yet they have a lead. Is that if you're the Pistons, are you worried?
I'm worried, but the Pistons got a little casual in that first half. They had a 9-point lead, and they got really casual. You know, seeing a guy like Jalen Duren make a behind the back no look pass attempt to Cade Cunningham, I'm like, dude, stay within who you are, man. That's not your game. And so it's stuff like that, you know. They're still a ways away. You know, we got to remember they're still a young team. And to answer that previous statement, no, they are not Cade and 4 football players.
I'm just saying.
No, and that's what I'm trying to tell them. But I do think the playoffs, as you mentioned, does expose you. And I think Jalen Duren's getting exposed. If there's still some work to be done to progress his game, he's come a long way, but he's still got some moves to make. Let me switch here and go backwards to something we talked about earlier. And the news that comes out, the Cooper Flagg Rookie of the Year, Con Kneppel gets second. It ended up being a close vote. But what do you make? Is that the right choice? Would you have had Con? Where were you at?
Listen, Cooper Flagg was going to win MVP no matter what. No matter what. He came into this league, you guys, I'll say it for everybody.
Just say it, Olden. Just say it.
Okay. They needed the new white face. They ended up getting 2, which is fine, and I'm all for it, and the kid did perform, but come on now. I mean, if I'm going for it, I honestly believe Nipple had the better year.
Thank you, Olden. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Cooper, everything was so focused on him individually. It was like, we're going to get you the, Rookie of the Year, forget winning and everything else. And to me, that has to come into play a little bit.
There's got to be a context. He didn't play in one meaningful game all year, Olden. They were bad.
I ain't listening. Nothing y'all saying.
Somebody got to score the points, Olden, right? Somebody.
Yeah, and that's what it was. Everything was focused on him. Whenever he played, it was all about him. Like when he scored the 50-point game, it's like, hey, let's go, let's get him the ball. That's our thing. It wasn't about winning. You're right. I don't know one meaningful game that he played in.
But I hear you, and I do think winning should matter. But do you also take into account he literally had no one in the sense that they were supposed to have Anthony Davis. He was supposed to have Kyrie. He was supposed to have Klay Thompson out here hanging out with Meg. Like, none of this worked out. And so he's out there by himself.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Did the Charlotte Hornets have Anthony Davis?
No, they had LaMelo Ball, who we know.
Did they have Anthony Davis?
No.
These guys are professional athletes. They are NBA players. Either show up or show out. One or the other. Okay?
All them Polynese, you know good and well, talent matters. And you got LaMelo, you got Brandon Miller.
But when talent's not there, I can't talk about it.
Right.
And he did show up.
Anthony Davis wasn't there, so what? So that means, okay, because Anthony Davis wasn't there, what? We shouldn't, they gave the dude so many opportunities to succeed. He better have won Rookie of the Year.
100%.
I don't know what y'all out here talking about. Like
the truth.
Whatever, ain't nobody listening to you. Olden Polynese, all with the odd couple, Rob and Kelvin on a Magic City Monday. I want to go to the Knicks. This ended up being a good series, 2-2 right now. Yeah, Jason Smith over here excited. Look, he happy, boy. Jason, I'm sweating right now, Jason. Get out of here.
That's because the Mets are off tonight.
Yeah,
that's why he's the
Mets are off. yeah. But let's talk Knicks. Is this kind of a letdown for where they are right now, or is this just an Atlanta team? Kind of like we talked about the Pistons in Orlando, where maybe they're better than we thought. Rob and I have talked about it. I'm disappointed in their performance. Disappointed they're supposed to be ahead of. They're supposed to be their season in the East to get to the finals.
It's overachieving, underachieving. Most of these teams, teams that you did not expect are doing things I did not expect. I knew that Atlanta was going to be a tough matchup for the Knicks, and I said that. I don't know if it's with you guys or on another show, but I did say the Knicks.
We don't listen to that other show, so we probably missed it. Go ahead.
Most likely are going to win the series, but Atlanta is going to be a problem for them. And so that's the thing. The pressure for the Knicks has nothing to do with Atlanta or anything else. It's the fact that their only way of having a successful year is to make it to the finals. That's it. For Mike Brown, that's too much pressure. For the Knicks, that's too much pressure. That's it. That's their only source of success is the finals.
All right, let's go to San Antonio and Wemby. I mean, could have been really worse for him. You know what I mean? It was
going to be a little worse.
It did look bad when you saw it originally, Olden. How impressed were you him coming back and putting up his numbers that he put up?
Listen, I was way more impressed with his statement in regards to the protocol, the clearance. That's the one I was more impressed by.
Why so?
Listen, we've all played through concussions. I mean, we lived it. I know they added these rules now, quote unquote, to protect players. I don't believe that. It's more of a control. The man could have played on Friday, and yet they said, no, we're not going to clear you. And so to me, here's when everything shifted for the NBA, and it's a little bit of a tangent. When we started doing the whole gambling stuff, that's when, for me, everything shifted, and I can't listen or buy anything the NBA is saying anymore.
Why do you say that?
Because there's too much control. Why does it take so long when there's a replay? Why do you have to call Secaucus? You saw it. You should have the replay right there. Look at the replay. I don't need to call somebody. It's just too much. And then you're going to give me a 2-minute report the next day for what? Oh, yeah, he did step over the line like Marcus Smart did.
Right.
It serves no purpose now.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
I'm just saying, is Odin hitting us with a conspiracy?
Yes, he is.
I'm just saying, Odin.
It's only a conspiracy. I'm still in the truth.
You digging into the X-Files here, Odin.
What were their names again?
Scully and somebody.
What was her name?
What was the name? Come on, Steve, you know. Steve, you know? Mulder. Yeah, Mulder and Scully.
Mulder and Scully.
Wait, did they ever end up getting together? Because it was like 32 seasons, so I don't remember everything. Did they end up getting together?
I don't remember. Yeah, it was
bringing it back.
It was a mystery, but when the baby came out, it had 3 legs. I'm just saying.
Yeah, all right, Odin out here getting deep into it.
Man, the truth is what it is, man. That's the one thing you can't mess with is the truth.
Well, the last one for me, Odin, is I didn't like what I saw from the Joker. I understand the unwritten rules of don't shoot the ball if
you
you're
don't
up.
shoot, but that is a rule. Am I right, Olden? Like, what are you doing scoring a basket there?
Listen, that may have been the rule years ago, because some of us actually respected some of these rules, whether it's in football, in baseball, whatever. But basketball right now, the way it is today, I don't know if everybody's following those rules. But my point is this. Joker had no business doing what he did. You just got emotional.
Yeah.
And that's the problem that I'm having with a lot of these people. I love Joker to death. You guys know that.
No, I know.
But he lost me on that one because that was all that's too emotional. If you don't want somebody to do that, beat them.
Right.
He was Carl Thomas. I'm emotional.
Yes,
he was
These
2
guys
for
don't
16.
They're emotional. They and I'm not going to disrespect women by saying they're feminine, but they're very emotional.
He was 2 for 16 in the last 4 quarters. That's what he took out on McDaniels. It wasn't about that layup. It was about why am I only 2 for 16 right now? That's what it was.
I think also is the fact that he didn't want to have to go take the ball out of bounds after a made basket.
Right? That was the other part.
That was the most running and effort he gave all game. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, my man, thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, guys.
I knew you in. He said he was Carl Thomas with the turtleneck sweater, Mary. All right, on the way. Last call, Rob. We are already there. Yeah, already. I know, right? 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. Last call. If you've been trying to get in, this is your chance to do so. Hit us up. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
All right, Rob G., the biggest shocker at the NFL draft yesterday was what the Rams did at number 13.
That's right. If you missed it yesterday during our award-winning broadcast, Jay Glazer and everybody there, the Los Angeles Rams Super Bowl favorites in many sports books decided to say F them picks once again. And despite being in the window to win it all next season, they decided to use their number 13 overall pick on a quarterback named Ty Simpson, who, according to Sean McVay, is only going to compete for the backup job next season. Take a listen.
There was a lot of players that we liked, but when you do look at it, I think the thing you liked about the body of work is, let's make one thing clear. This is Matthew's team, and you get a chance to be able to address, the backup quarterback. We've got Stetson. We've talked about the importance of Jimmy. So to be able to add somebody that you can evaluate a body of work where he was asked to play the position and a lot of things that do translate, a lot of different things, but we're always going to make decisions that we think are best for the short and the long term. But we'll be excited to be able to get to work with him, and that's where we're at.
Sean McVay, please stop it. What a total ridiculous waste of pick by the Los Angeles Rams. You got a 38-year-old quarterback. Aren't you trying to win now? Don't you want to go get a player that could be a difference maker in the first round, Kelvin? Seriously. This reminds me of when Green Bay went astray when they went and they got Jordan Love with an aging Aaron Rodgers instead of getting him a weapon or some sort of player that could help the team now. So you have a guy, and Jordan Love sat there for 3 or 4 years, which didn't help Aaron Rodgers at all, right? Okay, they got their quarterback now, but they wasted the last few years of Aaron Rodgers there. It doesn't make sense to have a guy like this And I don't care. It might be 4 years from now, whatever. Maybe he's their starting quarterback, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't make sense with Matthew Stafford. This is supposed to be the franchise after picks, and it's about now and now, right? Remember that they lived by that.
They was about that.
They were about that life. And my point is, I got it. It's about winning now. Nobody has a 5-year plan. Who has a 5-year plan in the NFL? And nobody. Those general managers are out of work who have a 5-year plan. Kelvin,
they on TV right now?
They on TV. That is just, it doesn't make sense when you're that close. If Stafford didn't have that stinker in Atlanta, they might have won the Super Bowl. Am I right? Because that game would have been in L.A. instead of Seattle. That is how close they were.
Mm-hmm.
They had some secondary issues, some special teams issues.
Big
I got
special
it.
teams issues, yeah.
But my point is, I don't see how, because Sean McVay sat up there with Snead and looked like he had his panties in a bunch because he did not look comfortable. He didn't look like he was with it. I don't care what he could say after the fact.
Man, ain't no saying nothing.
Your body language.
A blind man could have seen that.
Your body language says all you need to know. Am I wrong on this?
No, let me tell you you were absolutely right. You saw and what you heard that Rob G just played was him trying his best to be a company man. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? If you look if you think about it, indicators are indicating that the numbers and the stats and showing,
What?
You know how bad it is when you say, he's competing for the backup of Stetson. Stetson, he was shocked. He was at home like, oh, you mean I still got a chance to be the backup? Now, here's also what I think happened. I think Les Snead said, low-key, Rob P's, what conversation were we having a couple years ago? I don't know. Is Sean McVay going to come back? Is he burnt out? Will he do TV? Does he need a break? He's still young. He'll come back. And I think there was a moment of Les Snead being like, all right, look, I don't know how much longer I have you, because what if we lose a tough one again? Or the opposite. What if we win a Super Bowl? That's the goal. What if we win a Super Bowl and you, the two most important positions outside of me, if you're Les Snead, you say, my coach and my quarterback, what if y'all leave? What if you retire? And what if he retires? And now I'm stuck sitting there. I got to find a coach, and I don't have a quarterback. So I do think he was playing the long term. And this might be the first time, Rob, we see a little rocky boat within that whole organization because Streamline, they've been lock in step. So, from ownership down to the executive to coach and so on and so forth. And I think this is the first time, publicly at least, we see a little friction. Because what Les Snead also did was something you hate. He brought in somebody that was family related, if you will. I'm close to the family. I'm a family friend.
He consulted on whether he should come out of college and be and try to be a first round.
Ironic that he goes there. And we all knew he was going to get drafted in the first round. And you and I have people in our show who said Mendoza's going to go first, but I think Simpson's the better quarterback. We've had a couple people on the show for the last 2-3 weeks as we're gearing up for the draft. But I think this is the first time the Rams are really going to have to work through something out of our face, like behind closed doors, because you could tell Sean McVay was not happy. You know what it is. It's clearly Mary Mac Monday on a Magic City. Odd couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington.
Alex doesn't wear panties. So
that is true. Alex does not wear panties, or underwear or anything. Shout out to Olden Polynice. We appreciate him joining us moments ago. Olden Polynice 1 if you want to follow him. And again, Shay will get that up on the podcast in a little bit. And if you miss any of the show, be sure to catch the podcast. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. Please follow the pod, rated 5 stars, provide a review. And again, just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. And you'll find today's full version and a best of version here shortly. 65-61, just under 6 left in the third quarter of this Magic up 4 on the Pistons. Back and forth game, I was just telling Jason Smith, I think if you're the Pistons, what they're going to be hoping is that if it's back and forth plus or minus 4 points with 2 or 3 minutes left, you've got Cade That's what they're banking on. Kind of how the Knicks do. I told them like what they do with Jalen Brunson. They always feel like.
But that's all they got. That's the only problem.
If you wait on me to argue with you.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll specifically go get me a bucket kind of guy. Yes, they've got pieces that play their role, but give me a bucket guy. That's just he's that guy for them singularly. All right, let's get to it. Last call. Go! Last call. Who we got?
Ben in Miami. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio, and you are the last caller. What's up, Ben?
Hey guys, thanks for fitting me in.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say, with all this consternation about the Rams and their pick of Ty Simpson, I think they're learning very clearly from another NFL team that NFL team has had consistent quarterback play for the last 30 years, and that's the Green Bay Packers.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've learned that this is by far the most important position, and we'll miss out on a linebacker just so we can have this position, at least we think, locked up for a number of years.
But the only argument with that is they only have, in those 30 years, 2 championships. So does it really work? And you got consistent play, but had they maybe drafted a player or so that could have helped Aaron Rodgers or helped Brett Favre in those days, would you have won another one or a third one? So you have 2. You have 3 quarterbacks in 30 years, but you've only won 2 championships.
Well, I was with who's that caller? Who is it? Ben. I was with Ben, and I just think they're saying. I think the uncertainty, and I mentioned this with Les Snead, he's like, we don't know what's up with Sean McVay. Remember we were questioning, would Sean McVay even come back? So I think that plays a role. And then I also think it played a role that Matthew Stafford, this time last year, he wasn't. Is he going to be a Giant? His brother-in-law is one of the coaches with the Giants.
You're trying to win with an old quarterback. So you need people who can help you now.
And they got
He's
picks.
not going to play at all. No, he's not going to play though.
And I'm saying they end up getting a bunch of picks.
Yeah, but that's a first-round guy who could be a starter or could be an impact player. I just think it's a mistake.
Yeah, and that's fair. But I think they're saying, hey, I want to have a guy sit behind Matthew Stafford for a year or two, stay in an offense with Sean McVay,
and not
be locked
win,
and loaded,
and last year. They should have won, and they didn't have. They had issues on some of the on their defense and their special teams and whatnot. And all I'm saying is, you try to load. They're the team that yelled F the picks, and now they're picking a quarterback for 3 years from now.
They're trying to have it locked down when Matthew Stafford goes into the Hall of Fame, Rob.
Yeah, okay.
When he goes into the Hall of Fame, they didn't want to have their next guy up.
Last year hurt them, I'll tell you
How
that.
did the MVP year?
Yeah, because they thought that they were the best team in the NFC. And people thought that they should have gone not to Seattle.
Oh, agreed. No, I don't disagree with that.
Saying.
But I'm saying
had he would have won a Super Bowl or got to another Super Bowl, but I'm saying, what if they have a bad year this year?
The constellation for him winning MVP, when they start reading that bio, he's a this, he's a that, he's an MVP.
There's guys who have won 2 Super Bowls within.
I know, but that guy isn't better than Matthew Stafford. Come on, nobody in their right mind ever said that.
There's guys who got 2, so I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And if they have a terrible year next year, which I'm thinking that they will.
If the Pistons win here, because we already know how you feel if they lose. If they win, what do you make of it?
Nothing.
Nothing.
They were the favorites. They were the favorites tonight and in the series.
No, I know, but I'm not talking about the series. I'm saying now that we've seen them play, not coming into the series. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying, what do you?
I don't think they're going to win, but if they did win, then it would be a.
Are they good now? They go back home.
They're not. They're not good because it's just Cade. I can't just sit here and go, oh, they're going to turn the switch on. No, I need to see other people really play better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and Orlando already went there and won in Detroit. So I'm not like they can't win there.
I want to look at the bracket real quick because I think for the best thing for the Pistons is that so they play the winner of Cavs Raptors. Like that, the best thing for them if they were to pull this off is that I don't think either of those.
They're looking way ahead.
Right. No, what I'm saying is because just going back to the matchup conversation we're having. If they were to have to play the Celtics right after this, because that's the thing. The Celtics and their style of play is just troublesome for any team in the East. The way they shoot that 3 ball, as we talked about earlier with Shea setting records, but it's a 68-65, terrible turnover by the Pistons. Orlando up 3 right now with 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
You're going to be hurt tonight. Do not call me crying on the phone when they lose tonight.
No, I thought that's what you're going to be there for me if I needed you.
No, don't call me.
I can't call you if I'm down I'm on the ledge. I can't call you? Man, I tell you what, boy.